Top of the top. We up. What's up? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. What's up, y'all? Grand Rising. What's up? Yeah. Memorial Day weekend. It's a wrap up. Let's go. Hope everybody good this morning. I know it's early. A lot of people ain't in no rush to get up. That's how it is, but we want to get into it, y'all. Y'all set it off for the day. Y'all know it's like you gotta get this coffee. Yeah, it's going down, man. Same old stuff, y'all. Same old leftovers, man. Shit. Today we're gonna be talking about something I got a little laugh off yesterday. This guy, the diddler, was raised by Amish people, y'all. Can't make this stuff up. Can't make it up, man. He was raised by Amish. I think that's when they made him. I think when he was there young, he had to learn how to control his sexual behavior. But it also might have made him a perv because the Amish, you can't do nothing. So I don't know, man. This stuff is weird, but I never heard of this. I told a lot of people they thought they knew Diddy like that. I told them levels of Diddy. I bet you people that was on Bad Boy never knew that fool was raised amongst the Amish people. We also got to talk about PAPOOSE. PAPOOSE son revealed. His oldest son been revealed. Allegedly, it's the son that remyma was talking about. I don't keep up with the remyma PAPOOSE stuff and the CHRISEAN. I don't keep up with that stuff, but I know what's going on. So we're gonna get into that. Just to look at how none of this stuff is new. We just late. It's all over. That's about it. I'm just dropping these links. Share the video. Thank you, everybody, for that been supporting the channel. Cash App, Super Chat, memberships, like buttons, laughing in the chat. Everybody is a part of it. Everybody, shout out to everybody definitely on that replay. All right, let's go. We're about to get into it, y'all. So let's go. So like I say, sometime I'll just start earlier, but I don't be finished. Well, I'm ready now. Let's go, man. Everybody else, they'll just catch up. They'll catch up. Thank you for the Cash App too, Tanya. Some of y'all be in the chat. I don't know y'all Cash App name, but we're here. Let's go. All right, everything will be timestamped. Just know that part. Everything will be timestamped. Intro. What's up, y'all? All right. Monday. Memorial Day. What's good? What's up, Miss Solar? What's up, Fatima? What's up? What's up, 1D? Hold on. Remy need to let it go. Look like another love TKO. Yeah. So a lot of y'all going to keep me up to par on this because I mean, far as like I said, I don't keep up with them because they've been a disgrace. They're a joke. Ever since Remy got with Fat Joe, when she got out of jail, got with Fat Joe, I wasn't dealing with her. But I'm gonna go into today what I said before about how Fat Joe run their ass. Fat Joe runs PAPOOSE and Remy. I'm gonna show y'all that today. Remy been in bondage, y'all. You'll see that today. She been in bondage, man. She been in the box, y'all. They had Remy in the pyramid, man. Yep. And people forget before Remy went to jail, it wasn't about her shooting that girl. She had beef with Fat Joe before she went to jail. I remember, like I said, I know all my hip-hop history. Remyma was, at the time, was going through a little stuff after the pun had died. And I don't know what she had going on with Joe, but I remember her and Joe was going back and forth. She had fell out with Joe. She caught that gun. She did that situation. She was out of there. But before she went to jail, she had beef with Fat Joe. And Fat Joe allegedly put hands on PAPOOSE while she was in jail. So that's what I'm saying. But I'm starting to look at it too, like, man, I'm starting to think that shit with PAPOOSE and Fat Joe was made up too, y'all. I'm starting to think that was made up, man. We're going to get into it today. We're going to talk about some other things. You know how I do. You know, whatever I'm really going to, the real stuff never going to be on the cover, never going to be in the title. So that's why I say shout out to everybody that tapped in. Y'all know what's up. This channel's for everybody, but everybody's not for this channel. That's it. Everyday timestamp. EK69. What up? What up, Nicky 715? What's up, Kiki? What's up, Dramatic? What's up, Gerard? All right, I'm getting into it. What's up, Title? All right, let's go. Let's go. I know today court closed. Ain't no Diddy trial today. All right. For those who wasn't around yesterday, check this yesterday. Went into that. Young Thug running his mouth, but we neither here nor there. We also spoke about Denzel's breaking down. So it's getting hectic out here, y'all. Let's go. So like I said, these things are playing out, y'all, because it's at a certain point where it just got to play out like this. Everything had to be revealed on what already happened already. So that's all this stuff is. This stuff is nothing like, it's no different, man. So, like I said, you think you know everything, but you don't know it all. I didn't never know this man was raised amongst no Amish, but I do know, like I said, this man was in psychological programs, what I see. Because he was raised in a wicked house with Janice first, seeing everything. Then he was taught discipline. Amish. College. He was taught other things. This is what made him diverse. But it looks to me like all his diversity was going to be used for evil one day. So this also shows this. So this is also another look at y'all. When we talk about stuff like how they was always using, you know, talking that talk. What up, Punches? What up, bro? What's good, y'all? What's up, Mike? Sandra, what's up? Yeah. So look, right. This is another example I get to show you in how people can, you know, like Diddy, and you know, they was talking that black excellence, you know, pushing that narrative, but you wouldn't even know that Diddy was raised amongst Amish. So what I was telling you, like, these people been raised amongst many different cultures and taught different things, but they will perpetrate a fraud like they have no ties to none of this stuff. And that's what they do. So it is people that shape and mold them. Another thing I know is, like I said, I know what a lot of this is about. This is about kids that was Diddy age in a certain time that were raised. Yes. See, we always hear about stories about kids being taken back in the day and recent, but we never looked at what happened to some of them kids that got taken. I'm starting to feel like a lot of these kids that got taken back in the 60s and 70s, they turned them into certain things and people. That's why I say I think a lot of these people are system kids. And they had no choice in what they was going to do, some of them. Stuff playing out, y'all. It's playing out. It's playing out. Because y'all know when I went into these different things of the 60s and stuff like that, Harlem, Diddy, 60s. Drugs, doped out, everything, messed up, corrupt, kids getting taken like nothing out the house. You know what I'm saying? People losing their kids left and right. We are not even looking at how big the system was with children back then when there was no such thing as cameras, all the extra stuff. So this is what I'm saying, y'all. First thing I'm thinking is, how the hell he in Pennsylvania raised amongst Amish? No, it sounded to me like that young man always had handlers. He always had somebody handling him. Young set in the 70s, he's doing all these different things. You know what I'm saying? Howard University, just all these different things. It's people behind him. We know this already. I'm also going to talk to you about something I don't know how many of y'all saw the movie, but I was going to save it, but I'm going to talk about it today. How many of y'all saw that movie Blink Twice? Y'all saw that movie Blink Twice? Holler at me in the chat. I'm going to be talking about that today. That movie was a good movie. It's official. I watched it yesterday. And that movie, oh man, I'm gonna just throw this at you. You saw it, QB? Y'all saw it? That movie's about what? Diddy, freak offs. What it's about? Them rich people. What it's about? How you can't get off that property. Everything I was saying yesterday and been talking about. I didn't know they had a movie called Blink Twice. So I told you we in a new world with all the new stuff coming out, all the new film, all the new shit. So long story short, I watched it yesterday. Man, everything in that joint. White Party. Guess what our people watching that movie about the White Party? I'm telling you everything be hidden. You know, guess what I'm cracking codes, y'all. Check it out. Guess what all white about? So they can't run. So you can't run. So if you do get over the fence, you're gonna be running with all white on. I peeped that in the movie yesterday. I tell nobody gotta tell me nothing, y'all. Everything is coded. That's why I have my fun watching the coding and shit. Yeah, the all white, so they can't run, y'all. Can't leave at nighttime with all white on. Where the hell you going at? Yeah. And guess what they show you? We're going to get to it, y'all. Good movie I watched yesterday, chilling, right? But I'm just saying, it's always in our face. It's always in our face. So anyway, let's go. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that blink twice. All right, same thing as eyes wide shut, all the same stuff, but let's go, man. This fool was raised amongst the Amish, y'all. Is this a joke? I need somebody to tell me they knew about this one. So my point is, anybody that think they knew Diddy, any one of y'all, I don't care who you are, if anybody swore they knew this man like the back of their hand, you tell me if you knew this man was raised amongst the Amish people. Nah, man, I'm going to be honest, man. But for me watching him, he learned all etiquettes. He learned all different etiquettes. He learned everything. Wow. So anyway, you know what else I was looking at? I was like, yo, you know what I thought about too? I was like, man, was that man up there humping sheep and goats? Did they make that man was that boy raised with the Amish so he can learn about goats and sheep? I don't know. I was like, this shit weird, bro. I never heard of this. So he even spoke about it before. That's why I had to confirm it, because I'm like, yo, Diddy even spoke about it before. I didn't know that. So like I said, everybody, we talking about Harlem, Mount Vernon. We had no clue this fool was raised also with the Amish. The Amish might got another name for him. We don't know that. Come on, y'all, stop it, man. But I did know that guy named Alpo. He was raised by a white couple in the summer. The boy, said they had him in the Boy Scouts. Yeah, man, these are system kids, y'all. Let's go. All right. Sean P. Diddy Combs was born in Harlem, but one of the greatest times of his life was living in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, with the Amish community. I never heard of this, y'all. So I'm telling y'all, when I first heard this yesterday, I was laughing my ass off, y'all. I'm sorry. I ain't never heard of this man living on the. I never heard of that, man. I never heard this man living with the Amish. I think that's what he was learning about farms and stuff. I think, nah, man, that fool was with the Amish sacrificing their animals, man. I don't want to hear that. No, he went amongst the Amish to learn how to sacrifice animals. You ain't gonna trick me. That fool went there to learn how to properly sacrifice animals, right? That's what he was doing there. You ain't gonna trick me, fool. That fool went there to learn how to carve animals with a steak knife. He learned that at 11. Man, that fool is the devil, man. You ain't gonna trick me, man. I know exactly why he went there. But that was the only place he could learn how to carve up animals and do sacrifices. They caught Diddy doing all type of shit. They kicked his ass off. That's what happened, man. He was a demon child. I think they also probably sent him. They probably did send him in to clean his ways up, but his ass was a demon, so they had to get rid of his ass. And they probably did catch his ass humping the goat. If they did, they probably did, man. Who knows what Diddy, man? Who fucking knows? So anyway, man. Today we get a break from a lot of that weird shit. At least we get a break from that, y'all. That weird ass shit, man. Like I said, we back at it. Oh, yeah. The Knicks won yesterday, y'all. Y'all saw that? Yeah, man. Y'all watched that NBA yesterday? That was a very interesting game, man. Let's go. All right. Diddy gonna co-sign it, y'all. So we're gonna make sure this is a fact. I had to make sure this wasn't made up. This man spoke about it out of his own mouth. It would be great, Diddy said, when asked if he'd like to make contact with the Amish family who hosted him. The Amish community lives rather reclusively, staying separate from much of the general population with the focus on tending to the land and upholding traditional values. While all Amish communities have their own values and beliefs, generally speaking, they refrain from using most technology. See, we spoke about all that because we spoke about, that's what I was talking to y'all about. Look, like what I was saying, right? When you call yourself 100%, you so-called 100% perfect, you got to be like the Amish. You ain't supposed to be dealing with no technology. Salute, Jobs. It's just what it is, y'all. You ain't supposed to be dealing with no technology. That's what I say. That's where they've been. So, like I said, when I found out they had Wi-Fi established in the church and people was on their tablet in the church, I knew that was a joke, y'all, because technology and that stuff don't go hand in hand. The Amish know this. So that's why I say they all in what they do. That's why I say you all in or you ain't. They know what technology is. So yeah, they know there's no such thing as being a perfect, straight flying person, and you on this internet with all this filth on here. They know that. So anyway, I think he might have been sent to learn, change his ways. I don't know. Anyway, thank you very much, Joe. I gotta move this. Thank you. So look, you see it right here. While all Amish communities, because remember, they be raised as Amish and they break away to go watch TV. Y'all know that. You know what I'm saying? They like be hectic, bro. They like be so hell. They gotta sneak off when they're young to go play a video game at their friend house. That shit hectic for them. See, but like I said, all that stuff like that, it make them grow up to be weird. You're gonna grow up to be weird when you don't have no childhood. I'm always gonna tell you that. They got a dad to sneak off just to go ride a bike, y'all. Stuff like that. Now, like I said, if they was able to do both, that's cool. But they had to just be made real strict. So, and another thing, you know what people don't understand too? You know how a lot of reruns always come on TV to this day, reruns. But we never thought about the people that was raised like Amish. They couldn't watch TV their whole life. So you could have been raised Amish your whole life, and you ain't see so many shows. You know what I'm saying? It's so many shows you ain't even see. You ain't watch TV. So you might be grow up out of that Amish stuff, and you introduce the TV. Now you got all these shows that you missed, and you get to watch all that. That's where all that binge watch. That's where all that rerun, all that stuff could go into that too. From all those cultures that, you know, some people that was raised strict, they didn't get to watch stuff growing up. They didn't get to watch stuff. They got out the house. Yeah. They're the ones that love the reruns. All right, but anyway, look. This guy spoke about how it would be nice. He said, Diddy said it would have been, he said it when he was older, it would have been nice if he had a chance to go meet the people from when he was young. So as you see, it's a chance to really kind of get away and just no electronics, Diddy said. Listen to this. Can we imagine what this dude was doing with no distraction, no TV, no nothing? It really teaches you how to just relate with each other. See, when I saw that part, he said, when you there, no electronics, no technology, but it really teaches you to relate with each other. And when he say that, I already know what he's talking about. All right, ain't no telling what he was doing with the Amish, man. No telling, man. Hold up, what's up, Jazzy J? I hope he didn't open that Harlem school. You gotta do is think. I spoke about all that. We ain't gonna talk about that. Exactly, they live off the grid. Yep, they could do whatever they want out there too. Dude was farming. Yeah, he was out there learning all that stuff. Fuck, mess around, Diddy not to plant stuff and everything, man. Idiot, he's a damn fool. They never seen an iPod before. Nah, bro. They the main ones, I think, when they go out, they be stealing too, trying to bring it back, sneak it back. They live like they're in prison, so I think when the Amish go out in public, they steal stuff, sneak it back home. And be sneaking iPhones, you know, say iPhones. Yeah, man. So anyway, let's go. Shout out to everybody that's up this morning. We up, y'all. We up. Let's go. Now look, this was brought back up to let y'all see that. But I was speaking about this once again yesterday. It pops up on my timeline, y'all. Like people starting to catch on. So this one I was talking about. Diageo claims Diddy gave the company an ultimatum to give them $100 million, or he would publicly accuse them of racism. This is when he tried to shake down the people of Ciroc. Once again, I'm going to show you. This is how belligerent he was. This how out of his mind he was. Bono Fame, right? Yeah, what's up, Bonnie King? You saw it, right? Yeah, that movie, Blink Twice, is for real. But like I said, that's how they do Hollywood. I know how they do the movies. So it'll be about a black person, they'll flip it to a white person. It'll be about a white person, they'll flip it black. They do stuff like that. But yeah, it's all in the movie, man. When I say you on the property, you can do whatever you want. You just ain't going nowhere. Yeah, it's all in the movie. She said, I want to leave. She said, aren't you having fun? I want to leave. So Diageo claims Diddy gave the company an ultimatum. Now let's think about this. He was so bold, y'all. He was so bold. That's dark-skinned Diddy. That's when he was on that. You can tell in this picture right here, y'all, he was drugged out. But as you see, he thought he was so bigger than you know who. he flew on a plane to the people that employed him with the Ciroc thing, with the $1 billion deal, 10 years, $100 million a year. He went back and threatened them straight up. Now look at it like this now. He threatened them, but now you got to look at all the shit he was doing before that. So let's look at it like Diageo knew everything he was doing. Diageo knew he had all that in the house. Diageo knew he was extorting people, whipping their ass, beating their ass, whipping their ass. And okay, they knew, right? But now he's threatening them. And then look what he's saying. Allegedly turning the black community against him. That's a threat, like I keep telling you. Now he's looking like he's the leader of an army. Get it? It shows that he was on a certain mindset. If this is true, we're going to say it's alleged. He's already known for shaking down America. He's already known for being the most powerful man of his stature, in that industry or that complexion. He's already known for being Tupac, Biggie's, whatever conversations. But after 2020, he flies over to Europe and uses his alleged gangster ways that is applied to everybody. He does it to the people that cuts his check. After Warner Brothers told him, don't put on a joke outfit, don't play with us like that. And then he put on a Batman and said, I'll do what I want to do. So you'll see right here, when I spoke about it before, this was the proof that they used the community for leverage to get the deal. It's right in your face. He used the community to get $100 million. Now, this time, he got in trouble, but the deal that was set, y'all, the 10-year deal for $1 billion. This is what I was breaking it all down. He was tied up with the Cassie trial, too, because the Ciroc had to move in Atlanta. The deal, we're going to say the deal, originally, the Ciroc deal, we're going to say originally, the 10-year deal, y'all, was about, let's say 2012. So by about 20, right here, 10 years later, 2022, 2023, contract up. So I guess he's going for the shakedown. He might have said, I want $100 million up front, other than the deal we signing. Why? I moved that Ciroc for 10 years straight. But see, what I said, Diddy didn't want to accept the fact that Ciroc wasn't selling like that no more because y'all stopped drinking it. What happened? Y'all went brown. I seen it all happen. Y'all went brown. And so he tried to bring out his tequila, plus everybody went to tequila. The Deleon wasn't selling. So he got mad, y'all. And then don't forget, this same company, Diageo, is the ones that give you your drink you like called Casamigo. So Casamigo was favorited over all the Diddy drinks. This is how I knew back then what was going down. Once I understood that George Clooney was the favorite, and I heard 21 Savage rapping about Casamigos, I knew that was the end of Ciroc and all that. And I never knew about Deleon. I never saw nobody drink it. So he was actually mad, y'all. So what y'all got to understand, too, is he actually started losing. He was losing. So that's why I say I think he stayed afloat by extortion and stuff like that because he started losing. He was losing, straight up. Y'all was not drinking Ciroc no more. Not like that. So which meant that deal he had was not the same deal. It was not going to be the same. Now, look at this as what? After the pandemic. Why? After the pandemic, people started getting out their deals. Because some of them was in damn near 10-year contracts. Get it? And the smart ones knew. They got tip-offs, y'all. The economy going to be crashing, guys. Tariffs might come from a couple years. If we get in a 10-year contract, we're going to be stuck in bondage because if certain things change and the people can't afford these sneakers or whatever, they can't afford these, whatever, like the drinks, the money ain't going to be like that. And if it's coming from overseas, it's going to get taxed more. So they like, look, man, we're not going to make the money we made back in the 2010s. Like when Yeezys first came out, 16 and all that. We ain't going to get that money because things going to be different. So that's why a lot of them want to get out that contract, y'all. Like in my opinion, Kanye did that on purpose to get out that contract, y'all. Because it would say he was in one of them type of deals, just like all of them was. Jay-Z got a Duce deal, y'all. Duce deal was with Bacardi. He got out that. After the pandemic, they started scrambling, getting out their contracts, taking out PPP loans. That's what Diddy and Kanye did. Kanye closed the school. They started panicking. But see, Diddy was taking them L's, y'all. So he actually went over there to threaten them face to face. So we can assume now they took that as a personal threat. So like I said, 2 weeks later, he going through hell because it proved that he thought he was above everybody. So he threatened the people that he would accuse them of racism. And here's my proof. And I kept telling you, people like Diddy is my proof that people been using a race card for money, for leverage. But it ain't got nothing to do with you. Diddy ain't give you nothing. All he did was a what? Abuse the same complexion. It's all in the story, y'all. So I had to show you that to show you how they say he was raised Amish. But you're going to see he went out of pocket. He went out of pocket. He went, this is what we know. He also was on drugs out of his mind for him to even go to. So that's why I say it makes sense now. I didn't know he was on shrooms. I didn't know he was on all that wild stuff. Now I see why he went to the people that pay him and try to threaten them. He's an idiot. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for getting that membership. All right, you did yourself a good favor. All right, you got a lot of content. Let's go. All right, we're going to look at this right here. This was a statement somebody made. Very important. Matter of fact, they said this statement was made in court, but it is very important. People need to understand that because they go a lot of ways with this. The best statement I've ever heard in regards to the Diddy trial that I'll never forget. When fear is in the room, consent is not. Very simple. When fear is in the room, consent is not. So that's how I go. And some of y'all know that it's whatever happened. It don't matter in the past. Wherever it don't matter where you've been at in life. You know, it's situations where it is certain people that can come in the room and shut people down just with their presence. That's like what that's talking about right there. All right. But when you got somebody that's rich and powerful, remember what I say? Not to be repetitive, y'all. When I said, when you hang with Diddy, it is consensual because you hanging with him. When I keep saying stuff like I'm learning about stuff as I'm going through this, everything I'm joking about, just saying is playing out. Because I know it's common sense. Like, yo, if you hang with him, you're saying, hey, you get it? He basically saying, yo, you hang with me, you know what I'm about. Plus, I know what party mean. Party mean anything. So if you hang with Diddy and you hang with him and the way because of his party and the way he get down, that mean anything goes. Soon as you get in the car with him, anything goes. Guess what else? Party mean when you with him, if he got to do his drugs, you're gonna do drugs too. Whatever he does, if he go shopping, gonna take you shopping. Hey, if he do the drug, you're gonna do the drug. If he going to a rainbow club, you going too. Because that's what it means. You hang with him, it's consensual. I didn't tell you to do this. You wanted to hang with me. I didn't come knock on your door and say, yo, you want to hang with me? This what it means. So I say it's all coded. When it says, when fear is in the room, consent is not. Look at it like this. When Diddy is in the room, consent is not. Get it? Because he going to have his way with you. He going to do whatever he want. Rich, they going to do whatever they want. And there's no such thing as telling them no. That's what that means. Consent is not. No such thing as telling them no. Because when you're with them, basically they own your ass for that time. That's where the kidnapping coming at. And we're going to talk about that. Yeah. Hold on. I'm reading the chat. Hold up. Somebody said something. Oh, yeah. Hold on. All right. Boom. All right. Let's go. This fool raised on a farm. Allegedly with the Amish. I think he was there learning about them animals. I think that's where his ass learned how to sacrifice stuff. All right, let's go. Because this is what we know about Diddy now. All right? What they say, when fear's in a room, consent is not. When that weirdo got this right here on him. Get it? So, when fear's in a room, consent is not. So in my opinion, I said, I think all of this stuff was applied to men, y'all. Like I said, that man did not need no firearms for no woman. And like I said, I got the clues from this, y'all. When fear is in a room, consent is not. So I know what this means right here, y'all. He was making men dress up. He had them in fear. he treated the woman better than the men when it came to certain things. Meaning, you clearly would see, y'all, these firearms is not for no damn woman. But when they found all this stuff, I get it clear, like I said, y'all, because he was tormenting the men, and we got the proof. He thought he was so big, he was trying to torment the people that pay his ass. The same people made him a billionaire. He tried to torment them, y'all. So I know what this is about. So let's go. Let's speed it up. We got to go there, man. Now, guess what? Let's look at it like this now. Y'all talking about Cassie, right? We talked about a lot of different people, right? What if Remy Ma going through the same thing? What if Remy Ma was going through the same exact thing? Huh? Yo, I got to speed this shit up. I'm sorry, y'all. That movie I watched, that shit popping. That shit was lit. I'm sorry. All this rap, hip-hop shit is corny, y'all, but I'm tied together. I'm going into what I want to talk about. All right? This movie right here, Blink Twice, this shit hot. That shit hard. That shit is official. Huh? For those who don't believe nothing about none of this stuff, watch this movie right here. That's Diddy right there. That's any rich executive that run that. Yeah. Even though it shows you how this man was in trouble for sexual harassment. Well, no, he's in trouble just like Diddy, but then he went on an apology campaign, and he was cleaning his ways up, and it was this thing against the public. But in reality, he didn't change his ways. And what else? It showed the victim. Wow. The presentation was the one that always wanted the fame. She was broke. She had a roommate staying in whatever, staying where she was staying, had a roommate. I know what all that meant. She was broke. She barely had a half of the rent money. They were sharing toilet paper. And she was so infatuated with that celebrity life. And she was from the hood. And she just so infatuated with that celebrity life. And then she had a chance to meet that celebrity. And that was it for her ass. But guess what it showed? The naiveness of them women right there. It showed how they do anything for fame, anything for clout. When what I told you, the number one people in this shit abused is who? When I told you Harvey Weinstein in jail, the number one people they abused is who? It's in the movie. When Diddy's in jail right now, it is say he abused people. Who the number one people is not accusing him? Cassie, the main one putting charges on him, right? What's her complexion? They say the main people it get abused is Black Hollywood, is the blacks. In real life, you know who get abused the most. It's in a movie. Yes. Always in your face. Because these movies are to torment them, y'all. That's Tiffany Haddish. Get it? That's all of them. What? How they will play their position no matter what. Guess how I start off too, y'all. That's why I love it. It's a beautiful movie, y'all. I love real movies. Wow. Guess how I start off? He said, you know what he said? You don't gotta come. You know you don't gotta come, right? You don't gotta come if you want to. Why? Because they said what? Give us your phone. He told him straight up, put the phone in the bag. What they say? Said him, told him straight up. You don't gotta go. You guys don't gotta come if you don't want. And what she said? Who's the first one to say? Who's her? A homegirl was like, I don't know about this. What she said? She was thirsty, y'all. It's all in the movie, y'all. How they thirsty, they naive, they do anything for fame, clout. They love the glamour life, but they also knew the science of the more they pour, the more they gonna love that shit. Guess what? Smokey Robinson in this thing too. Yup. What I mean by that is the maids. All I'm telling you, anybody. That's what I say. I'm talking to the people, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's why I try to tell people catch up, man. I just need to know who's who. All right, the smart people. So like I said, they at the party chilling, still having a ball. Guess what? Guess who was the most wrapped up in the whole shit? Guess who was the most happiest to be there? Yup. Guess what, y'all? I ain't gonna tell everything. So all this shit with Diddy in there, man. Show you how they be dropping stuff on them. They be out there mind. They only look, y'all. This shit be so deep. They be out there mind. They don't be knowing nothing. It show the whole science. How they wake up the next day, they don't remember shit. They don't remember nothing. Talk about they get used as a rag doll the night before. Wake up, they don't remember nothing. Only reason why some started getting hit, they started peeping the bruises. Yeah. Guess what? Man, they had that girl in a, man, they also showing you how it's a big mind control program. Huh? That girl, black girl, she represents Tiana Taylor, all of them. How they be in programs, guys. And guess what? It ain't just about they can't leave. It's a lot of stuff that go with it. Trust me, and it's all in the movie. That's why I ain't gonna tell y'all everything. But this is what I want to show y'all. Now let me show you how they troll. Check this out. Guess who that is? That's Dawn Richard and Cassie, y'all. Huh? That's Dawn Richard and Cassie. Let me show y'all real quick. Look at Dawn. Look, bingo. See that? Bingo. See them? See them? Look. Boop. Movie the code, man. It's all in the movie, y'all. I ain't gonna tell everything, but they gonna show you how you gonna be green, naive. Everything gonna be right in your face. Everything gonna be right in your face. But guess what else? They jumped on the jet because they was chosen. See, they was chosen. See, they was the favorite of the party. And they said, you want to come party? You want to come chill with us? They were like, yeah. But they didn't ask no questions. They were just happy. They were talking about it was all on them. Nobody made them do shit. They got on that jet. They landed. That was it for them. They started thinking y'all days later. She was like, you know them? She was like, no, I didn't know them like that neither. She said, I thought you knew them. She was like, no, I didn't know them. I was just, they realized y'all where they was at. That shit was too late. Huh? You know what else was going on? They kept making them party. Come on, we want party. So they were partying their ass on the whole time. They didn't know what the fuck was going on. Meanwhile, everybody was in on that shit, y'all. And then I peeped again, like I said, they're all white. Their ass can't leave. But anyway, y'all check that shit out. Blink twice. That shit. I know, like I said, this shit about Diddy. It's about Diddy and all they ass. Because people don't understand them in states how big they be. When I was telling you about the Instagram models and all that, it's all coded in here. Like I said, they could do whatever. It's big. They straight, but they just can't leave. So a homegirl was like, yo, not this homegirl. She had another homegirl. You know what I'm saying? She had another homegirl. Long story short, she had the one girl. She was smart. They kept saying, yo, something don't feel right. Something don't feel right. The smart ones knew. The black girl, I ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing, everything. So boom. Guess what else happened in the movie, y'all? I got to tell you this part. The black girl was the only one had her nails done, right? She had her nails in blue. She went to shake one of the girls' hand, elite ladies. She looked at her hands like, nah, I'm good. She was like, I ain't shaking your hand. You know what I'm saying? Like she was trash. You feel me? I'm trying to tell you. It's all in the movie, y'all. Telling you, man, when I told you how, and guess what else? Mama said the nails represent the freak. Yup, she was the only one with her nails painted because she was the freak of the night. Yup. Oh, man, I ain't going to tell it all, y'all. That shit good. Because I ain't see a good movie in a while, y'all, and I don't watch janky-ass movies. But guess what? Yeah. And it show you everything that happened was accepted, meaning it was signed up for, willingly, wanted to be down, want to get all that. That's all in here to show you. Y'all curiosity always going to kill y'all. Y'all fucking thirst always going to slay you. It's in this shit right here. Yeah. Messy, sloppy, all in here. You're going to see it. She was messy, sloppy, embarrassed. It's all in here, y'all. Whole time the big joke on you, you don't know nothing. Everybody in on the big joke. Yup. Know what they were showing? Remember I said about Diddy, how he keep people with him to take pictures, trolling? It's all in the movie. Shit be going down. People just running by taking pictures. Pop, 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 pop. The compromising pictures. You in the party drunk, whatever. It's somebody always running around taking pictures. Yup. Catching you slipping. All in the movie. But this is the main thing I'm going to show y'all that's in the movie. I ain't going to say nothing else. See how a lot of y'all get caught slipping? The deepest shit in the movie that put me on to some real life shit. I ain't never peeped. They was showing in this movie, y'all, how the motherfucking fruit be tainted. Soak that fruit in some, whatever they want to get you with, soak that in that goddamn ketamine, the fruit, y'all. And the fruit in your drink, marinating. It's all in the fruit. Yes. So that's why I say, man, everything in this shit, y'all. And remember when I told you, Movie the Code on this channel. That's how film work and all these shows work. Whatever's going on right now, it's going to be on TV some way. You just got to find the show or the movie. So that's how it be. Just showing y'all. So a lot of us, this thing I never knew. This went on for years, or we don't know that. But the drink ain't always laced. Sometimes it be the fruit lace. Soaked in that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, she was the prey. But now let me speed it up for you. Remember this movie right here? Spoke about it before. Surviving the Game. The same as that thing. This is a movie when I was young, never forgot. So when I tell y'all it's different things that put me on to this whole shit, I just put it together now, but it's just movies from young. When I told y'all this shit was a program of rich people, Because even that thing where they get poor people bums off the street and use them as target practice and bets, surviving the game. So I'm gonna do a movie decode on that too this week. I still gotta do Coming to America. I'm doing this. Yeah, I ain't gonna say nothing, but I'm just showing you they always had this thing with you to pray. Get them. You to pray. Get them. Yep. Facts. So we're gonna go back into that. Yeah, y'all, them snuff tapes you heard about, all that stuff for real. So anyway, that's all. Like I said, that's all. That's why all this stuff had to be stopped, y'all. That's why everything we're watching with Diddy trial is going on now. So anybody that's into the Diddy trial, anybody got any misconceptions or questions about anything with Hollywood or none of this stuff, you watch this movie, you'll get it very clear. This movie is Epstein. It's everything, y'all. It's the whole shebang. Now let's get back to this, because I think Remy Ma's in bondage too. Yeah, I think so. The key thing people didn't get, we were laughing at, the hallucinatic drugs. Hallucinatic drugs, y'all. Sedative drugs. Always into play. Always in effect. Guess how you traumatize a celebrity woman? Embarrassment. Women don't like to be embarrassed, y'all. Y'all know that. But when you embarrass a woman that's big, that's real trauma. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said I think Offset was doing that to Cardi B on purpose. A lot of stuff was on purpose. Trauma. Embarrass you. I'm gonna mess with a thought. Get caught on purpose. Slay your whole life. Embarrass you. You know what I'm saying? Trauma. Where you going at? You ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? No. Look at them now, y'all. Manufactured couple. That's what it look like to me. I'm telling y'all like somebody put them together. What I say, Papoose. We're gonna look at Papoose today. Then I tell you, with certain people that have been around in this game, they've been around longer than everybody, but somehow they didn't never make a lot of music. And sometimes they wasn't even people's favorite, but somehow they be around all the time, always got a job, always employed, some kind of way. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, y'all. Control. Can you see it? When I tell you they turned them into little kids, Remy didn't have a chance, y'all. When Remy was in jail, they had a nice web plan for Charlotte. And she been stuck in that web ever since, y'all. We've been watching Remy trying to get out, y'all. That's what that battle rap shit was about. She been trying to get out, bro. I think what it is, she came home and was stuck in that prison and then figured that shit out after a while. I've been trying to get out. I tell you, sometimes this stuff be in our face, y'all. And we laughing with CHRISEAN and all that, but whole time that's a threat. Like, yo, Remy, you want to get touched? Yo, we laughing and joking like, but the whole time Papoose pull a gangster move and like, yo, Remy, I'll get a knock. You know what I'm saying? It could be an extortion move on Remy. We don't know. That's what I try to tell you. That's how this stuff play out. We laughing and joking. Whole time Papoose was with shit. You ain't going nowhere. The whole time you got CHRISEAN with him. Like, what's good? Yeah, you know what's up, Remy. What's up? Get your ass knocked out right now. What's up? And you know what? I ain't gonna get in trouble. It's gonna look just like a woman fight. Meanwhile, you know that woman got registered hands. We don't know what's going on. Remy in the house, hostage, right? I'm talking about she, not hostage, but she just babysitting and she can't leave the house. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think, y'all. Did I tell you about that trapped in New York? I think Remy been trapped in New York. So you gonna tell me, bro? I know I'm not stupid, man. She did a whole bit. Ladies, you rich. You rich. I'm just saying, you did all this time in jail, damn near a decade. You gonna come home. You gonna stay in the state that locked you up when you did your time, and you ain't gonna leave, move, go nowhere. Ain't gonna go. Had no fun. That's why I tell you, I don't know where y'all mind be at. We done seen Ashanti go to Dubai. We ain't seen Remy go there. We ain't seen Remy had no fun since she been home. Matter of fact, ladies, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I know for a fact a lot of y'all on Remy my timeline. Since she's been home, y'all on Instagram, have you seen Remy taking any exclusive trips, having fun? Please correct me. Because I just assume she's living a miserable New York life like an average person. Meaning, what I mean by that is, having kids in New York is hard. But I look at Remy like she's going through it like that. That's how I look at her. I look at her like she's just going through the stress of the kids and shit like that. I don't look at her like she having no fun. So, did she have fun? Because I'm saying that because I done seen down there every woman having fun on it, one way or another. Nicki Minaj, you name them, I done seen it some kind of way. I don't recall seeing Remy having no fun outside of. Every time I see Remy having fun, I see at a Knick game, y'all, a Liberty game. She's always in New York. I be starting to think she's in bondage, y'all. I'm starting to really think that. All right. Yeah, because she been with Fat Joe and them, Papoose. That's why I been said it from day one. That's why I stopped respecting her after that. I had to. Because I knew when she got with them, she wasn't going nowhere, bro. She not going nowhere. Because they didn't know. Capture the pun legacy. Shut it down. Fat Joe used the same as that Diddy formula on him. See? Anything big pun, Fat Joe destroyed it. Gosh, shut that down. Bah, big pun, little pun junior, shut that down. Wife, shut that down. Remy should control that. What did he do? He got it from Diddy. Diddy, what did he do? Biggie died. Control Lil Kim. Control that Junior Mafia situation. Finesse that. Put D-Rock on Lil Kim. Make sure she don't go nowhere. We're going to hold that down. Because same shit, y'all. Fat Joe did the same thing. Learn from Diddy, y'all. You're going to see. He controlled that pun legacy with a right strong fist. But what else we know? Fat Joe never gave pun a tribute. He made sure Remy couldn't do it neither. That's right, y'all. And I tell you, they all exposing themselves. Fat Joe put them together. Remy in jail doing a bid. She known as a shooter. Don't let her come home, man. She come home? No, Papoose, you're going to get with her before she come home. You're going to go up there. You're going to make sure you get with her. You're going to write her. You're going to get with her. You're going to make sure you get with her when she come home, so she's going to be in pocket. Plus, they already knew Remy was one of the top spitters, and she a female. When she come home, make sure, you know what I'm saying? They had a plan for her, bro. What I said before. I said Remy don't know what's up, meaning they got together when she was already in the bed, man. Already in the bed. That was like Sugeknight signing Tupac in the bed. You ain't got no choice. She got to get them visits, congregational visits. He's plowing her, sexing her up on her bed. She's in pocket, bro. Come home. She never had a chance. But I tell you, they play. I'm telling you, these guys play wicked chess moves. I'm telling you, when you really look at it, she was captured in prison. Meaning when she was in prison, he was sent to get her. And you'll see ever since she has not been nothing. Because before that, his career was nothing. He's always been a mixtape rapper, always from day one. But he's been something else than that. Yeah. Yeah. Told you, man, they're exposing themselves, y'all. This ain't me. This ain't me. I don't plan to expose nobody with none of that. But when it comes across the desk, it has to be spoken about, man. Everything had to be revealed, man. While we often don't see these conversations play out publicly, especially in hip-hop, where masculinity is often tightly policed. I want to say this too. I'm tired of these stupid-ass conversations. I'm tired of stupid-ass hip-hop. I'm tired of goddamn feminine, masculine every damn day. All right? My life ain't small like that. All right? All this stuff to me is child's play about grown-ups and sexuality. Sounds to me like a lot of confusion. So at the end of the day, I'm tired of all this shit. That's why I can't wait till all this Diddy stuff play out anyway. All right? Who cares about what people do with their sex? Who cares? The thing is this. Hip-hop masculinity had to be tightly policed because it had to be secreted. That's why. We know already. So let's go. We know how you got to get the millions. No ifs, ands about it. Little Richard. Simple. We also know about a lot because we seen the patterns, man. When I kept saying, man, nobody can't stop what's happening. Nobody can't stop this, y'all. That's the whole point of this. It's supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be embarrassing. It's supposed to be dry and dragged out because we getting a revelation of what these people did to get the money, but they didn't think it was going to happen like that. When you sold out in 2001, you ain't know it's going to be no shit called the internet out in 2020. You ain't thinking like that. But family, is all written already what's going to happen. So what we're looking at is people that didn't believe what they signed up for. They didn't believe it because they should have known how it was going to end for them. I don't think it's written for any glory in the end in certain departments. You know what come with it. So now Papoose is being exposed for his son. And it's not about him being exposed, y'all. It's just about the pattern. The Magic Johnson pattern, we'll call it. The Magic Johnson EJ pattern. The Dwayne Wade, Zaya Wade. You see, we're talking about that. That is what's being revealed, y'all. This is what I mean by they all just been around where you don't even got to try to figure it out. You ain't thinking about it. They just keep coming in your face. All right? It just keep, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect, but I'm saying they just keep throwing it at you. That's how it is. It's like that. It's like they just keep throwing it at you and throwing it at you. And you ain't even thinking about it. You trying to do this, they just won't stop. Meaning it just keep getting revealed. because we are past this era of secrecy. That's what that gold dome represents. Because the real secrets were to be cherished. But it was already written that certain things will be revealed at certain times. And there's nothing nobody gonna do about it. You know, you can try to seek to find some stuff out, you will never learn. No matter what you do, you ain't gonna find out. But when it's meant for you to find out, you will find out without even looking. That's how life works. I've been learned that. Things you're not supposed to know, you ain't gonna know, and you're gonna die trying to know. But when things present themselves to you, hey, there's nothing you can do about it. You were supposed to know. That's just how it works, y'all. So this is what I'm trying to tell people. I'm not here to destroy people, just keep speaking on these people or whoever, period. But when things are playing out, we got to look at it for what it was. Then a lot of us went through this same thing. When I told you these things are over with, man. When I said everything you love going to disappear, it's going to be exposed. When I went back into the art of, when I knew gangbanging was over. When they started to reveal hand signs, codes, oaths, pledges on the internet. That was the highest respect you could do to a gang, but I knew that meant that shit over, bro. When I saw a detective quoting a blood oath out his mouth by heart, I knew it was over. So I keep telling you, I know how this stuff works when the shit is over. Or when it's revealed, it's over. When it's exposed, when things in the secret, it's over. In your mind, you're going to keep it going. So guess what? When I saw the police quoting gang scriptures and stuff like that, I still seen idiots still trying to gangbang. They were still trying to keep it going. They still thought all that gang blood was popping. I'm like, these fools had no clue what's going on. All this shit on the internet. The government is releasing all the codes. They on camera quoting the codes, and these fools run around talking about what they are. Then guess what happened after that? I started watching all their ass get indicted. Guess what? I saw the police quote the blood oath. That was 2008, 9. So I've been knowing since then. So remember, I've been told you about, been changing my ways. I've been seeing that shit. And I seen people still running around like they were gangbanging, fool. It's already open. It's out of here already. They quoting it. They know everything. So you don't want to let it go, but they done told you, look, y'all, we know everything already. Now the public can know. Here, public, here you go. You want to know what blood signs look like? You want to know what crip signs? You want to know they oath, what they do? What the shit they do? Here you go. They did it to the gangs first. So as I keep telling y'all, now they doing it to rap. When they expose it, y'all. That means it's called a dismantlement. All right? It was meant for all this stuff to be known. That's how it was set up for them. Get it? That's Papoose son. His firstborn son. All right? So for fans who have followed Papoose journey, this was a reminder that BLACK fathers can and do show up with love and support for their rainbow children, even it's a journey full of learning and growth. So what? I'm tired of that. Why don't these kids focus on being smart? That's why I told y'all it's a trick. Focus on their sexuality, don't focus on them being smart. See what I'm saying? That's what I told you, man. They always pranking people, man. They still pranking. All y'all care about is sexuality. Who cares about that? You feel me, y'all? Who cares? Is his son smart? Is his son going to school? I care about shit like that. No, they want me to care about his son's sexuality. They want me to be a father concerned about a child's sex. I don't care about that. Told you, man. They made sex an accomplishment for these people, y'all. Sex. Wow. Oh, you picked your gender. What would he fucking do? You want to get a trophy? Is this going to help your life? That's what they wanted you to be like, family. They wanted you to think your sexuality was a damn trophy to get you far in life. No, man. I told you they were playing people, man. They playing people. Anyway, that's that. That's that, y'all. That's that. Ain't about nothing. Just let y'all know, man. Oh, y'all ain't seen nothing. Let me get to it, man. Let's just go to it. Papoose son, man. Papoose son. All right. So that's why I say it was a reason why that hairstyle came out, so anybody could do it. It was a reason for that. When you got to make foreheads like that look smaller. That's why they created that hairstyle. That's why some of y'all with small heads look like you ain't got no forehead no more because your whole forehead swaddled up. I'm going to leave it at that, y'all. That's glorilla. Little glorilla. No, that's sexyyred. My bad. Pick ones. Because they ain't going to look like glorilla, sexyyred. Yup. They the model face. Get it? Yeah. So that's Papoose son, y'all. I mean daughter. Allegedly, I don't know about the back and forth, but allegedly, I think it was said that Remy said that Papoose was ashamed of his son. I don't know about that. Somebody let me know. I don't know about that. But this is Papoose son. All right. But I know the truth. I mean, he's going to support his son anyway. He don't have no choice. But who cares, man? You also heard the same thing about DMX son, right? Okay, then. A lot of rappers the same thing, right? All right, we're going to leave it at that. It's not hard to figure out. All right, it's simple, y'all. All right, so hold up. How many of y'all know about Remy and Papoose going back and forth about he allegedly was ashamed of his son? So as you see, this is his son right here. And yeah, the shit is, like I said, man, that shit's sad for real. Shit fucking sad, bro. Because it's a pattern now, y'all. It's like, we already know what y'all got to do for y'all money, bro. It's just that simple, Papoose. We already know what you got to do, bro. What you had to do. We already know this shit, bro. Because it's simple, man. So when I told y'all, they laid it out like that on purpose. Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle Union. See what they doing, right? You see what Will Smith and Jada did, right? All right. Willow, Jaden. You know what's up, right? Okay. It's not hard to figure out, y'all. We know about Eric B's son. You know about Diddy, one of the twins. I mean, we already know what's up, what they got to do, man. So like I said, this has nothing to do with nothing. This ain't no searching and digging. This is about the people who gave them that millions, the people that made their checks clear are the people that are exposing what they had to do and making them do it and making them put their shit out there. They making them do it. That's right. They got made to do a lot. I'm going to say, my opinion, Papoose was put on Remy. I said that from the beginning. I'm going to stick to it. How I look at pluses and minors. Okay, if this was real love, did they prosper? Where did they go? Where did they go? Did they live a beautiful life? Did they get them a house? Nice backyard? Or were they stuck in New York the whole time? Told you got money, New York is a prison. New York is a prison. I'm telling you got money, they ain't gonna let you live, family. They ain't gonna let you live. You're gonna be in prison. Can't do this, can't do that. You got bread, you can't even do nothing. You can't just hop in your shit, move around. You're gonna be in bondage. Everything regulated. Where you gonna go at? Or West Side Highway? What you gonna go to FDR? Your whole shit gonna be regulated. Gonna keep getting pulled over. All that whack ass shit. No, bondage, guys. New York State is a free state, but New York City, that's the prison part. Still ain't figured out yet, huh? Did you? All right, let's go. So look, nobody never asked, how did Papoose really get meaning? Okay, y'all know he got her when she was locked up, but do we know if that was real love? Ladies, I mean, bro, you locked up the ugliest chick trying to be your girl. You gonna say, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to get through that bed. All right? It's very simple. Because you also know, bro know when he come home, he needs somewhere to go. He need an address. He needs somebody keeping that shit right. He got carnival visits. Bro he ain't got time to pick out who look good or he ain't got time for that shit. Meaning, he ain't think about no love. Was Remy a vulnerable woman put in a box, put in bondage? When you understand they use prison for psychological programs, a prison, y'all, and a psych ward is one and the same. If you're in prison, they put you in solitary confinement, it's the same thing. If you're not built for prison, it will break you mentally. It's a psych ward for real. You just know that prison of the psych ward, you're going to go in, you're going to come out different. The plan is you go to prison, hopefully you come out, you be a pink flower, you be very nice. That's the plan. So Remy was so hard, gangster. Y'all forgot Remy threatened Fat Joe. Y'all forgot that. Holler at me in the chat, y'all. Come on, man. I know y'all remember this. Before she bust that chick in her ass, she was already beefing with Fat Joe. So she was a real threat at that time. She was a real threat. At that time, Remy could have took the Bronx over and employed them. At that time, yes, she did. At that time, if Remy would have just went all blood gang, she'd have been straight. But she kept messing with the other people, man. They wasn't going to let that black woman do her thing. So what I'm telling you is this. Remy Ma was pegging Papoose. He's on the down low. He's been to those industry parties with her. We know what goes down. That's right, Lorraine. Blow his ass up, Lorraine. That's right. So what I'm saying is, yep, Papoose another one. How we know that? Well, let me ask you how many albums Papoose dropped. And then I'm going to ask you how long he been around. Then I ask you how long he been passed around. But on some real shit, give me one hit song Papoose made on that radio by itself. One hit record. One. Even Ray J got one. Even Cassie got one. And I told you, man, in this game, y'all, there's a lot of characters in this game. All right, you're going to see. They always going to be around for some reason. But if I ask you right now to name all your favorite dead artists, you'll see how many you can count up. And then you'll say, Papoose still around. And he's always around these same people. No, y'all, Papoose and REMY, they in bondage. All right? I've been told you they made Papoose a babysitter. Why? I'm going to prove to y'all today what I said before. All right? Jay-Z signed a rock. No, Fat Joe signed a Rock Nation, y'all. He was broke. We're going back into 2017, y'all. I'm going to prove facts what I said. But we're going to connect dots, too, because something else I noticed. Yesterday, I was talking about 2017, how Young Thug took out a loan. 2017, family, is the same as that year when Fat Joe had to get signed by Jay-Z. But this what I didn't peep. I didn't peep the first time 47 was in office. That's when they ass started going broke. Yes. So when 47 was in office, they was going broke, and it was nowhere in hell. I get it. Why he was not going to get again. I get it. So when it was about them, it wasn't about them just running for them charges. You heard about them running, right? Y'all heard about, okay, I'm going to leave it at this. That man was not going to make that second time anyway because they were going broke. And plus, they knew they was going to be on the run. So, to prove it, 2017. We spoke about it yesterday. How the hell did Young Thug take out a loan 2017? All right? We're about to get to all of that. All right? So, look. We don't care about Papoose, son. That's their business. That's his life. That's his... He got to deal with that. Who cares? We're talking about how Fat Joe controls it all, and being that he was broke, Remy, you gonna stay broke, both of y'all. We looked up her net worth. They shared that money. It wasn't a lot. All right? So, once they signed with this fat bitch, I knew it was gonna happen because he can't make a hit on his own. His two biggest hits in his catalog, all the way up. Because I told you, man, family, 20 teams, they were losing. 16, 17, they were losing. When Drake all them came out, they were losing. Drake champs. We're only for the people who had, 10 years in this game. We want to give out the flowers to the people that got 10 years in this game. No. Drake champs was to keep all the old heads alive that have been in the game 10, 20 years that were dying. Because I told you, the young people ran the game. The young people, Drake, Future, the rest of them. I'm going to keep going there. Rick Ross, Gucci Man, Young Jeezy, Blue Boosie. Let's just keep going. I ain't got time today. Waka Flock, all of them. They was running that shit. About 50 artists out at one time running that shit. All together. Whole Atlanta together, they ain't beefing with each other. Though. Or you just got two sides. Either they on Jeezy T.I. side or they on Gucci side. There's two sides with a whole bunch of people. These guys relevant. So what they do? We're going to take over the internet. What they say? We're going to take over the internet. That's what they did. Yo, Drink champs. That ain't for the young people. Fuck them. They winning anyway. So we'll control shit by the internet. Nori! You're going to keep Fat Joe popping. Pop. You're going to sell us Ciroc and Douce. You're going to keep Jay-Z liquor going. Which one? Ace of Spades. What other one? Douce. All right, you're going to keep the liquor moving. Employ Fat Joe. Put him to work. Employ Jada, put him to work. Don't worry, y'all gonna be straight. Y'all all gonna be on Drink Channel, all your rotations. You're gonna start your social media pages up. You're gonna be monitored. You're gonna be straight, all right? We're gonna take over this internet shit. Swiss Beats, Timberland, y'all start their verses up. All right? That's what we're gonna do. All right. The young guys got the game, we're gonna control this media shit. And that's what they did. That's what they did. Then you're gonna start seeing. And I told y'all this is when the world came in of them controlling narratives on the internet. And this is when they started the whole campaign of getting the older generation. The people that grew up off them, because I was never with none of this shit. They was trying to get everybody to get back on their side like that. That's what they was doing. Hey, y'all, we come back over here with us. See Drink Champs and us, Nori, we still here, y'all. Look at us, Fat Joe. Herb Gotti, Joe. We still here. Y'all forgot about us? That we got our stuff too, y'all. Drink Champs. Come on, y'all. That's what they did. What they kept doing, hitting that timeline up, posting pictures, They were trying to get their old fan base back. They said, man, we losing, man. What happened? A lot of y'all went right back. So anyway, all this going on, giving you a background. This the proof. Fat Joe explains how Roc Nation CEO more than tripled $1 million deal. Stop lying. Okay, let's say you got $3 million. You're still a bum, dummy. No, you had to get $1 million. He had to get $1 million. Oh, he was broke, y'all. That's the year, 2017. What else Fat Joe gonna trick me with? That's $1 million. What? Before taxes. Which means he got what? Less than that. Which means he really needed the money because he actually took less than $1 million. He was broke. Told you already. I've been knew that because I knew about when Fat Joe had beef with Jay-Z and him the first time. I assumed back then Jay-Z was the one who put his ass in jail for the taxes. You're going to see that too. When Jay-Z was on top, when he was next to the president, everybody had beef with started catching L's. IRS. I think he put him on Nas, all the ass. That's what I think. Yep. I also think that's how Jay-Z got Nas get in line. He put the IRS on his ass. That's what I assume. All right? I don't believe it. I don't know. But, no, y'all. Here's the proof Fat Joe was broke. So when I keep telling you New York, y'all kept him going. Y'all kept him going, bro. That's just what y'all did, family. Y'all kept him going, man. He was dead already. You still didn't prove to me who Fat Joe is. We ain't going to go there, but I'm just showing you. Look. Now let's use our brain, man. Family, when... All right, y'all. We're not looking at this shit correctly, man. Hip-hop history, I got to go into it. Fat Joe brought up Big Pun, y'all. We can throw that away. Fat Joe was rapping before that. Digging in the crates. Fat Joe had Big Pun, Terror Squad. He had his own record label. He was P. Diddy on his own label. He had his own label. Talented artists. Tony Sunshine, all of them. Armageddon, rappers, singers. He had everything. How the hell did he go broke? And somehow with him, everybody in his team damn near ended up in jail. But he was broke. How? Think about it. See, we're not looking at this. A rapper had to go to another rapper to get a check. And that was his competition. Bro, we're rappers. We wear rapper chains. We wear our own chain and shit, bro. We was competing with chains and cars. Now, bro, I got to come back to you for you to give me a check. That's him. And people let him get away with it. He went right back to Jay-Z for a check. And then what y'all do, put him on a pedestal. But I tell you, I didn't make videos then. Everything I'm telling y'all, all the plays, I knew every fucking thing they was doing in real time. I just ain't had no channel. So see that 2017? I been knew Fat Joe fell off. You also got to understand that I know I'm going to prove to y'all what I said. If you check the deal with Drink Champs first started on Revolt, I bet you it's going to be between 2016 and 2017 because they were all washed the fuck up, y'all. But once they realized, oh, shit, we got Drink Champs, we can reboot our career, they started giving them new deals. Yo, take this Roc Nation deal. Take this Roc Nation deal. Because, you know what I'm saying? They ain't had nothing going on. Now, they're about to be active again. Take this Roc Nation deal. You're going to be on Drink Champs. They're going to be back popping again. That's where it all started at. Jay-Z was the one. When I told y'all it was Jay-Z and Diddy helped these guys eat. I told y'all, man. They did. Jay-Z and Diddy made sure their generation of guys kept a job. That's Joe Budden, Nori, Jim Jones, Mano, all them low-level tiers. They made sure they all kept little gigs. You know, they kept them straight. So I told them they're going to starve when it all go down. And this was my proof why Fat Joe had to start a podcast. He's fucking broke. Jay-Z ain't cutting no more checks, bro. See what I'm saying? So he got $1 million. He tried to make it like he got more than $1 million. Shut up, Fat Joe. What am I showing you? How Remy was stupid for signing with Fat Joe when she came home. Now, this is the question. Was she stupid for signing with Fat Joe when she got in jail? Or did she not have a choice? Because now I'm going to prove to you as well. He signed that deal 2017. Now I need my smart people to help me out. Google this real quick. My nerds. When did the song drop? All the way up. I'm all the way up. And you'll see Fat Joe had no hit before then. Wasn't making no noise before then. Jay-Z no hit before then. Not making no noise before then. After the hit was created, Jay-Z said, let me get some of that. Let me get on that. Why? I just gave you a Roc Nation deal. Let's get some. Huh? Why? We're going to stay relevant, bro. It's us versus them. Plus, I know to use this song, Stay Hot. After I stay hot on this song, throw a Rock Nation brunch, I'm back in the limelight. That's right. I'm going to brand my Rock Nation brunch off this new hit record. And then I ain't going to rap no more. That's Jay-Z. Let's go. Guess what? They all use Remy for it. They all use Remy for it, guys. All the way up. And it came out like the end of the year. So you got I think it was like November. All you got to know is when that remix came out, it was later. Then Jay-Z hopped on it. I'm going to assume when that remix of Jay-Z on that damn song, that's when this deal went down. Either right then or right after. Because I remember that All the Way Up was like the end of 16. So it was like the end of the year. 20. There you go. Told you, I know my stuff, y'all. 2017. It was always in our face. See, this is what happened. Fat Joe was straight broke. Jada Kistner was straight broke. They was not winning. Jay-Z looked out for them. Title was popping. He also suckered them up to finesse them on their music. Got their ass on. He caught them desperate, y'all. I watched it all happen. He watched all of them get desperate and then crawl back. Same time after that, guess who else? Jim Jones crawled back. Because they all followers. Oh, word, Jay giving out a check. Word. Fat Joe, you got one? I'm going to give me one. Then they all started going back to Jay. I peeped it all. He waited till they all broke and folded. You heard about, Jay-Z buying out, the lock sign was riding in. He started buying all their ass out. They was broke, family. Jay-Z's a real hustler, guys. He waited till they stock dropped, and then he bought them all for the low. Gave Fat Joe $1 million. Huh? He pimped their ass, bro. Straight up. So look, that was 2017. Why I know that? I kept telling you. I know 2016. It's in my head. I never gonna forget. 2016, one of my best summers in life, y'all. And I remember that was the summer of Meek and Drake. Y'all didn't get that when Drake did that shit. It ruined Def Jam, ruined the New York rappers, because at that time, what y'all didn't get, the power struggle had switched when Meek Mill got ethered. When Meek Mill got destroyed, they couldn't show their face in Atlanta no more and everywhere else because he was their face of winning. Rick Ross, Fat Joe, Diddy, DJ Khaled, you got to get it, Jay-Z. When Meek got destroyed, y'all, that fucked them up. They started to go broke, see? Because now you got to remember Drake is the biggest thing smoking, y'all. It's levels of this shit. The young crowds coming up, the Kendricks, you know what I'm saying? They had no voice. They was finished, y'all. They was done. But some things happened. It was a chain of command. Don't forget, Nicki winning. Meek was finished. What we going to do? We're going to send Meek on Nicki. That's going to be a hit. Tap it, destroy some of that Young Money shit. But we know that's still that family. We're going to send Meek to do that because he ain't no good. He can't do nothing else. He's destroyed. All right? Send him to do that with Nicki. Mess that up. Store up that money. While that's going on, we're going to bring our Remy. We're gonna bring our Remy as we try to destroy Nicki at the same time. And hopefully, if Nicki can be destroyed, we can put Remy over her. That's stuff they do, y'all. But it didn't work. All right? Young Thug sued. See that? Lawsuit. AEG is seeking the $5.25 million loan to Young Thug. Told you he didn't want to pay his debt, y'all. With interest as well as all earning the rapper received from the publishing. This is the loan he got 2017. All right? 2017, this fool he took out a loan. But when he was in jail, they came for the money. So this was the proof that in 2017, Young Thug was broke. You get it? When I say broke, I mean that's when they sinking, they can't do too much. But I got my own slang, y'all. Broke mean I can have money, but I can't spend it. Broke, I'm broke. That's what broke mean. Yeah, you might got, let's say you got $2,000, but that's all your bills and a couple dollars left, you're broke. Don't matter. That's just my terminology. Even though you know what I'm saying, you ain't broke, but you broke. You can't bust a move. When you're a rapper and you only got $2 million, you're broke, guys. You can't bust a move. You can't go to the, when they say I'm about to go to the lot, to the Bentley, they can't do that. They can't do it, bro. They can't go buy a new house. That in their world, they be broke with that little 2 million, 3 million stuff. They can't purchase it. Their peers got houses more than that shit. You know what I'm saying? Their peers got payrolls bigger than $2 million a year. They broke, y'all, in their world. So when you got to go to Jay-Z for $1 million and you got to pay taxes on that, he was broke, y'all. Simple and plain. Why? Fat Joe never had no real talent. So what else we know? Fat Joe only could win with Remy. So guess what happened? All the way up took off and Fat Joe came up. But guess what, y'all? He always controlled them, y'all. They were always controlled. What I'm gonna say? Y'all talking about Cassie. Do we have any proof of Remy Ma's in bondage and all that tough stuff as a front? Because guess what? Ever since she been locked up, she never had a chance anyway. Now, did she? Did she ever have a real choice since she was locked up? Did she? Was she compromised in prison with that bed? Was she desperate in that bed and just accepted Papoose? Because when she was free, I never heard about none of that stuff with Papoose. That's what tripped me out. When she was free, Papoose wasn't really even on her level like that. I'm talking about respect. He was always considered a mixtape rapper, always. And his best rap all time is always going to be the alphabet rap. That's it. So anyway, hold up. I'm reading the chat, y'all. I'm getting bored. What's up? I ain't finished yet. Hell no. Whatever happened to Diddy, white adopted daughter? That's what I'm saying. He could be in trouble for that. That I was talking about yesterday. We don't know what happened. He could be in trouble for that. When I say stuff like Diddy could be in trouble for what he did to Caucasians. He had an adopted Caucasian white girl there at his house in a pandemic. Ain't nobody know nothing. But we don't know if Diddy in trouble for that. That's what I'm telling y'all. We got proof on certain stuff. The adopted so-called girl that was there. The man face he had in a pillow. The one face he had picking up drugs. We know he had Caucasians around him. The question is, was he dogging, dragging, abusing them? So that's why I say, y'all, he was out of control. He was out of control. And think about it, he was high. Now, we ain't looking at neither. He had that person in the house, and we don't know what type of drugs he was on. See that? We also not looking at that time, he felt like he was so above the law, he can get away with that stuff. Nah. But I told y'all certain stuff in the charge, in the crime. Look what Diddy crime really was. This really was his crime right here. Threatening Diageo. Remember I told you certain things you could do. They'll let you get away with murder, anything, but certain things you ain't gonna do. You're gonna watch a lot of movies about shooting people, about people getting shot, but it's not gonna be a lot of movies you're gonna see a black man shoot a white man in the head. You ain't gonna see that a lot. I promise you that. Certain things you ain't gonna see, and certain things you ain't gonna do. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. You wanna know what one of Diddy's biggest crime was in the real world? Going to threaten the people that pay him. So you look at it like this, how simple it is, bro. Go threaten your boss right now. Go holler at your boss right now and say, tell him, if I don't get that raise, just do that. Just ball your fists up. Matter of fact, just go holler at your boss right now and just talk with your fist balled up. That's it. And watch what happened to you. So imagine what he did. Go to your boss right now and talk about how you need a raise. And just, matter of fact, just talk with your hands. Like, you know, say, I need a raise. I'm telling you, if I don't get this raise, talk to your boss and see what happens. Well, that's what Diddy did. He's an idiot. All right, that's what he did. And on top of that, he flew all the way to Europe and did that shit. So he really thought he was the king, y'all. So it don't take much to figure out this guy was on a lot of drugs. He went and threatened his own boss, y'all. Who does that? Who does that? He did. So let's go. That's my proof that he was out of his mind 24/7. And the last day, I think he was the most shattered. The best statement I've heard in regards to the Diddy trial that I'll never forget. When fear's in a room, consent is not. So this is what they mean by that. People forget. People not even looking at this fool running around the house with this gun. And he's on drugs. I wouldn't want to be around nobody with a gun on shrooms. I don't care what you're talking about. Shrooms, pink stuff, all this stuff, and he's strapped like that. I wouldn't be around no fool like that, especially out on no shrooms. A guy on shrooms is liable to pull that gun out and try to eat it and put it in his own mouth and take his own self out, man. That's how loon ball. No, bro. You mean to tell me you on shrooms and I'm going to trust you in that safety button? I'm going to trust you in that safety. Come on, y'all. No, not at all. But I'm getting the clues. He was in that crib torturing and tormenting them people, y'all. That's what he was doing. That's what he was doing. All right, straight up. So let's get back. The reason why I'm saying that, because I feel like Remy is also in bondage, y'all. This movie is so powerful. When I saw that movie, it made me think about every single woman celebrity I already know. But when that shit go off in the end, y'all, when they showed at that table, that was Beyonce. Remember y'all seen Beyonce at different times shaking her head, tweaking? I'm not going to tell the movie, y'all, but all of the blacks, all of the minorities in Hollywood are controlled some kind of way. Kanye West starts spazzing out. What happened? All right, then. Wendy Williams, what happened to her? She come back like what? Huh? It's in the movie, y'all. Guess what? I can say that's Wendy Williams, too. When you watch this movie represents what all the black celebrities go through, the black groupie, the black fan, all of that right here. And don't forget, you see that cherry? That whole cherry is laced. Laced cherries, y'all. Soaked in ketamine. Soaked in GHB. Look at it like that. All in the drink. Remember what you say you don't do? I just drink. You just drink, they got something for you. You putting that fruit in there, guess what? That shit marinated. They were marinating them drugs in the refrigerator all week. Boom. What they show you? Diddy in the party. You start drinking that drink, you start getting faded. Then what happened? They start showing you fake love. Everybody in on it. You the prey of the night. Yup. She was the prey. Guess what? They there for they there for days, partying, drunk, everything they want. Beautiful ladies got everything you want, need. They started missing their phone first, y'all. They started missing their phone. They try to keep it going. Next thing you know, they were trying to go get their phone. You know what I'm saying? They started realizing that shit. No, it made them realize it because that party started slowing up. They were like, yo, my phone. You know, ladies, how you need your fucking phone, right? We having all this fun, but you're like, damn, the motherfuckers did take my phone. Matter of fact, that was 3 days ago. Shit. Let me check my phone. Guess what? You ain't getting that phone. Like I said, you ain't. They had them joints locked up. So, like I always tell y'all, I didn't need to watch none of this shit to know. I put it all together. When I watched the movie, everything confirmed. This is also exactly what Instagram models go through. That's what this shit about. This shit is about sex slaves, y'all. Yep, that's Cassie and that's Don Richard right there. See Cassie? It's Cassie right there. And that's Don. See Don? Right there. That's Diddy. It showed that man walking around the house like a weirdo. He reminded me of Diddy like a mother. I'm like, yo, word, Diddy probably do be doing that big ass property. He just be walking around that shit like a weirdo, like on some regular shit. You know all the pictures we see of Diddy with the shade, he be walking around? That's how he walk around his property. Like he just walk around the property like his shades and zones and walking around and shit, popping up on people. But the whole key is, family, you having all the fun all day. You straight. But you just not leaving. But two, you on them hallucinated drugs. And they having fun with you. That's in the Diddy story, y'all. I told you it's what he was doing to the men, y'all. This whole Diddy thing is to traumatize the men, family. I get it clear as day, y'all. Because it's in the movie. They were showing him hogtied and everything, man. You gonna get hogtied, family. You ain't doing nothing. Hogtied on table, bro. You knocked out. They got heels on you, doing you dirty. I get it on the movie. Guess what else I get in the movie? Because I know it's all coded. I know movies, y'all. This ain't got to do no bragging. I'm just showing you, like, I'm going to show you how this shit work. Like in a movie, see how they got the black woman with the short hair? That also represent, that represent a man too. It also represent a boy, you know what I'm saying? So I can watch the movie and know what they're doing to her and know they also can represent a young man too. That's what the shortcut about. Because then you're going to see the movie, everybody else got long hair. So like I said, I not to read all that in the movie, but my point is, she was the prey the whole time and didn't know it. But she was the man who wanted to go and want to be there. All right? Hopped on a plane, didn't know nobody. She just wanted to be with him so bad. After he was accused. What else they show you? Y'all love abuse. Why? It's in the movie, y'all. He was in trouble for sexual abuse, sexual assault. But it showed how that woman was still infatuated with him. It showed the black woman was still in love with him. She wanted to just meet him so bad she didn't care about none of that victim shit. Until what? She became a victim. That's why I told y'all it's all code in here. It's the code in this movie is nobody cares about you because you don't care about nobody else. You don't care about yourself. You only want help when things don't go in your favor. It's all in the movie. When I said they got them people figured out, they know everything about you, they keep putting these movies and shows to keep showing we know who you are. This who y'all are. After they get off the plane, the jet, that's in the Diddy story. How they took a female back from Detroit to New York. It's in the Diddy story. They land. Before it gets started, they pull the phone bag out and ask them straight up. They tell him, you gotta put your phones in. He said straight, he looked at dead her face. You don't gotta do this. No, y'all don't gotta do none of this right now. He told him straight up. But see, some of y'all don't comprehend that. He was telling her, he told her straight up. You don't gotta, you can say no right now. Basically said it's your last chance. She was so thirsty, y'all. That was it. So y'all didn't get the concept of what? No way out. You get what you asked for. So when I'm watching a movie, guess the concept I get clear. The whole time watching the movie, I'm a grown-ass man, but I finally get the concept of curiosity kills the cat. Right? Because the female is the cat. She's the pussy cat. She's the coochie. Her curiosity always going to get up in some shit. Huh? To show you that women in their ways of curiosity always going to get them in some shit or put you in some shit. That's right. Scrolling through that phone. Always doing something. Always curious about some shit. It's all in the movie. How she dumb, naive. She just happy to be there. She don't know shit that's going on. What? Show she was childish. What? Had painted nails with animals on it. But the thing is, she didn't know she was the prey. Guess what else she didn't know? They had no respect for her. She wanted to shake that woman's hand. She said, oh, I like those nails. They're very nice. She left her hand hanging, y'all. Now, you know, we got that saying, left them hanging. She left her hanging and said, I like your nails. I'm not shaking your hand. Get out of here. Yep. All in the cold. Why? They also know dirt be under those nails. The real world know the longer your nails, you got bacteria under them shits. It's all in the movie, y'all. No, y'all gonna get those nails. Told you all this shit coded. All in the movie, y'all. Very simple. What else going on in the movie? The blackmail. The blackmail. While you in the party, you chilling, minding your business. You know, like I said, these parties are very important. This whole thing applies to Diddy. You're not even supposed to be seen smoking weed. You're not supposed, if you TDJ, you ain't supposed to be seen taking a drink. But that's what's going on in the party. They also show you the main important thing, they show you how they be having the doctors around. Guess what the doctor's job is? All right, then no. These people be controlled by psychological meds, all of that. Yep. But it shows you how while you at the party, people just run around with camera taking pictures. And you can't do nothing to say nothing, and you don't know. So you get caught. They catch people doing all compromising stuff. And I noticed that from Diddy in real life when I said, yo, y'all, you see this? I said, yo, Diddy always got a cameraman with him. I said, he catches people in pictures where they not looking. Bingo. It's in the movie. That's how they blackmail your ass too, bro. Because they caught, they catch you doing some drugs and you ain't supposed to be doing nothing. That's dirt on you. Why you claim your job is based on you being a doctor. But Diddy got you with a fat ass blunt. And some blow in the background. Took the picture on purpose. Set your ass up. That's the shit he do in the parties, y'all. So the blackmail is done many, many different ways. Many ways. Another thing is exactly what they show on that freak off documentary by TMZ about that man face knocked out. They show you in this thing, y'all. They party for days. That's what the drug's about. That don't go to sleep. Showing you how you party for days. And when you go to sleep, y'all, that's when they go to work on your ass too. That's how it works. That's how they show you all in the movie. That's how the whole blackmail shit work. So it's as simple as this, y'all. For what I get from this whole thing with Diddy, all of that. It's not so much about certain things. This how I know for a fact. If you party with Diddy, he got you, because the whole concept is you are going to sleep anyway. You becoming knocked out. So the whole plan is once you become knocked out, there's some pictures gonna get taken of you. And that could even be from you just crashed because you couldn't hang. They was up 3-4 days, you couldn't hang, you crashed. But guess what happened? You got compromised. That's how it went. Even though when I was young, we used to play that same game, but I didn't know that. When you go to sleep, we're gonna put ketchup in your hair, on your face, all that powder, baby powder on you, do you dirty. But I didn't know they do that too, but they do it different. Guess what Diddy gonna do? You go to sleep, they're going to dress your ass up and play with you and film it. That's what he was doing, y'all. Those shoes represent what he made men put on, not women, y'all. At all. Why would have women names? What else we know? Cassie was not living with Diddy at all. No. What else we know? These come from the freak off mansion, something like that? I don't know. Or, far as we know, Diddy dress up. But I think it's hard for him to dress up with that beard. No, he gonna make your ass dress up and then get in the tub. All right? So, guess who was making him dress up? Guess who made him get in the tub? Fat Joe. Why? Common sense. If let's use our brain, y'all. I ain't that smart, but if Fat Joe had to borrow money from Jay-Z and Remy and PAPOOSE was dealing with Fat Joe, what was really going on? Who was really getting pimped? Who needed who? Even though they didn't get it, why was I mad? I said, we all knew this too. When Remy was about to get out of jail, she had a chance to take over. Everybody wanted those bars. She had a chance to bring the Bronx back. But like I kept telling you, Bronx, New York, they made sure New York would never get back on. It was all on purpose. When she came home, they knew she was the heat. What Remy didn't know how they finessed her, y'all. I can tell y'all today, they finessed her. Remy was locked up. She did not know the power of social media. So they made sure when she came home, she didn't even have a chance to connect with a fan, build a page up. They snatched up. You with us. Fat Joe snatched up. Put in the booth. She never had a chance to reset, rebrand, figure shit out. Everything was forced on her, y'all. They knew about social media. They knew when she came home, she was going to be the hottest thing smoking. So what they do? Fat Joe said, oh, shit. I get back with Remy, I'm back popping again. And that's what he did. Snatched the ass up. Let's hit that booth. Why? Fresh out of jail. I know she hungry. She got some shit. I need that fire. Fresh out that booth. Fresh out of jail. Fat Joe got that energy off her. All the way up. Take Remy off it. Would it have been the same thing? How I know that? Well, I seen him try to do lean back at Yankee Stadium without Remy. His ass got booed. We all know lean back and all the way up. We know that's Remy songs. But you know Remy had to be a sidekick. You with Fat Joe, you're going to be the sidekick. Fat Joe controlled PAPOOSE and remyma, y'all. He been controlling their ass. PAPOOSE, in my opinion, was sent to do everything you see to this day. Everything you see to this day. He don't got no rap career, do he? This was his career. Watch your Remy ass. Lockdown. Told you this shit be in your face. Far we know, see, we were sold that gangster image for Remy so much, we look at it like Remy ain't soft. We look at it like Remy can't be defeated. That's a lie, bro. No, I'm gonna shut Remy down. Knock her ass up. Knock her ass up. Why? When she have all them kids, she's about to win. You gonna see knocked up, slow that career down, shut it down. You gonna see the same formula for the Bronx woman, Cardi B, Remy, same thing. Knock them up, knock them up, knock them up, slow them down. Simple. Why? Don't let Cardi B and Remy connect. Don't let Cardi B, Remy, and nigga connect. Make them all beef. Make them all, just shut their ass down. Matter of fact, the men gonna gaslight all the beef. The same men gaslit Lil Kim and Foxy. Same men gas this shit up. Same fucking bastards. Same ones. All right? No, PAPOOSE, that's your job. Remember I told y'all? They actors in real life. PAPOOSE gonna act like he's in love with Remy. He's gonna turn into her baby father. And then he's gonna turn into a husband. And then you have a perfect family. Can you now see what a manufactured family really is? If I didn't meet you on my own on natural shit, that shit was planned. It was not real. It was put together. I'm not stupid. I seen it happen in real life. Bro was married to that chick. He was doing the bid. His ass came home. He left her ass. You know why? He was not in love with her like that. He tried it, but it didn't work. He didn't love her. It was just for what it was good while he was locked up. PAPOOSE, same shit. Shit, I need to marry 3 women in prison. All right? You see the hat? Giving you proof. Now you see who owns his ass. Everybody that's in tune with this situation on this channel, period. Anybody in the back, holler at me. Who owns PAPOOSE ass? Who owns his ass? Who owns him? Who said, put the hat on? But I kept telling you, the New York rappers, they don't get it through their head. We know very clear who they are. But who runs his ass? When I kept telling you everybody's controlled, y'all ain't want to get it, did you? I told you all them control. That's right, Gemini. Keep it simple. Not pink gang. Look at that hat. Look at that symbol on that hat. On all their ass. Why? They were broke, bought all their ass. If Jay-Z said y'all gonna be a fucking couple, y'all gonna be a couple. Fat Joe, tell them what it is. Oh, y'all ass. It's called contract, y'all. I told you it's called contract. Now, you see what I was saying? They put themselves in bondage because they don't want to be broke. They don't know how to hustle. They don't start a business. Put themselves in contract. The man gonna make sure they good. Give them a platform. He ain't build no platform. Ain't build nothing. Look, put them in bondage. Take this money, Fat Joe. Now you're gonna control Remy. This is called a compromise right here, y'all. This the contract. This the bondage. This the sellout. Why? You know damn well that Jay-Z had beef with Pun. Y'all let him get away with that. He had beef with Pun. That's one thing. Forgiveness, that's one thing. He went into the deal with that man, signed his soul to Jay-Z. Simple and plain. He needed that check. Guess what? He put Remy in bondage. Jay-Z put him in bondage. He put Remy in bondage. Why? They ain't gonna do shit. They ain't got no power anyway. In this game, you need money and power. Whatever you do, keep Remy ass from down south. That's if you don't do nothing, that's what you better do. Keep her ass from down south. Then we play Remy again. What we gonna do? We're gonna bring out this chick named Glorilla and Meg Thee Stallion. Keep Remy on ice. Cause they know Remy to touch down that down south shit. They already know all the woman was waiting for Remy. The woman was waiting for her. The woman from north to south was waiting for her, east to west, waiting for Remy. They knew that. Don't let her go down south. Why? We say what Nikki did. Nope. Keep her ass in New York. You're going to see it very clear, y'all. Where she at right now, y'all? I don't got to figure it out. Her fucking jurisdiction will forever be New York to New Jersey, Connecticut or some shit. That's about it. Bondage, y'all. Bondage. So, let's look at it like this. Did PAPOOSE start embarrassing Remy Ma before the kids or after the kids? Did he start embarrassing her when he felt like she was on top of the world or after he felt like she fell off already? Which one was it? No. She was set up, y'all. Remy Ma got put in prison after prison. It's called a fake marriage. That's what that's called. All right? So how we know that? Simple. Did her career go forward or backwards? What happened? Control. All right, see that bubblegum hat? That's who controls his brain. That's why it's on his head. That's who controlled all their brain. Period. All right? I don't even want to talk about no pink stuff today. That's why I say don't get caught up in all that pink stuff. When I say it, it's on his hat, y'all. Who owns his ass? It's on his hat. He ain't owned by the pink. He owned by that Rock Nation shit. That Rock Nation would turn his ass, make his ass stay pink. Control. Let's go. Now, let's look at it. Rock Nation. Fat Joe owns his ass. See? He flexing in your face, bro. He got you. He got y'all all the internet. Fat Joe, Fat Joe, Fat Joe. I told you, bro, you supposed to be bigger than Fat Joe. You supposed to be bigger than Fat Joe. It's your turn to be Fat Joe. You got kept bigging up, washed up celebrities. But they haters and jealous people, y'all. They jealous. They started seeing everybody win. Screw the young crowd winning. They seen all kinds of creators winning. They didn't like that. They needed to say they had to find a way to get us goddamn. They needed a way to get us goddamn internet. They just needed a way. They were watching and studying. But when their money was good, they didn't. When you get money from doing shows, when you getting booked, you ain't thinking about no stupid ass YouTube. You getting booked. I'm resting, flights, performing. I got time for that shit. But when you broke, family, and you sitting around and you watching all these people winning, and you looking at that, because remember they trained to be number whores. They're number whores. So they watching you guys, and y'all getting all these views and shit. They like, damn, they fucking getting views like we used to sell records. Actually, they're selling more on their channel and their content than our records. They're winning. Hold up, man. We go do the numbers on their map. What are they actually getting paid? What are they making? They're doing research. They're studying. Here they come. So that's why I'm always going to throw shots at them, y'all. Always. When I was a fan, I was young. Now they competition, y'all. This ain't no hate. They competition. I know who they are. They competition. And they're here to destroy and take. So look, you'll see. If he didn't get this money from Jay-Z, $1 million, we know taxes. We're going to say he got about $650,000. We're going to say he got about that much. And he was broke. In each episode, Fat Joe brings the audience along for intimate conversations and some of America's favorite people who drive the cultural. See that? No, Fat Joe controls with the culture. Why he was going to say the culture, hip-hop, the culture. What else? Fat Joe has no talent. I kept telling you, these guys been finessing y'all with other people. They just remix, recycle. That's it. You come on now. All their friends pass around. You go Drake Channel. You after Drake Channel, come on my show. After Shannon, come out to me next week. Same people. After that, Yo, when you get off midnight worth of game, come on my show. Same shit. What did I say? Their only job was to groom you guys. Bro, his job was to groom you. Groom you into what? Everything you see. How I know that? It's simple, y'all. Check this out. This is who Fat Joe is, right? I'm going to show you again. Does he look Puerto Rican? In my opinion, he's from the Caucasus Mountains. I need proof. Screw that. Now I'm going to show you something else. Fat Joe brings the audience along for intimate. Who's his fan base? Who's his fan base? Who is Fat Joe's fan base? See, I can show you how y'all don't get words and shit. It's printed in Rock Nation. Each episode, Fat Joe brings the audience along for intimate conversations. All right? Let's break this real simple. When I kept telling y'all they was grooming y'all, bro, their job is to get y'all to like them. When they put their face in that camera, their job is to get you to like them, love them in your heart. I'm not playing with you. When I say their job was to flip your ass, Fat Joe's sitting having intimate conversations. When I showed you Cameron podcast, it says, come and talk to Flea, bro. Come and talk to Flea. When Jodeci song, I know what that means. No, intimate conversations with men. That's what it's about. Groom your ass, bro. Intimate. That's right. Not Fat Joe and his wife have intimate conversations, teach you about marriage. No. Intimate conversations with Fat Joe. One-on-one situations. No, told you they was grooming them boys. Nope. They were grooming the men. Guess who was his role model? You always talk about him, right? KRS-One. See how KRS-One look now? No, he's out. He's out. He's out. Two people you know for a fact Fat Joe look up to. KRS-One and LL Cool J. Simple. Here's the lady who wrote the book on LL Cool J. So you see who Fat Joe role models is, right? It's very simple. The question is, how did Papoose let Fat Joe control his ass? That's the question. Because I'm going to show you right here. To me, it looked like control. It looked like they turned them into two goddamn high school kids with a kid. They made them a little struggle couple from the Bronx. Something like that. No, they controlled. Told you, man, you always want to see the real them other times when they ain't in character mode. That's the real them right there. Controlled. All right. Manufactured family. Papoose first son, y'all. I know about Papoose. He been around the game. Papoose used to be with Coogee Rap. Papoose been around since the 90s, y'all. Yes, he has. He been around since the 90s. He was always a sidekick, a young boy who's in the back. He's been around since the 90s. Facts. Super facts. If I'm not mistaken, Papoose been around to about 90, he might have been around about 95. Now about 97, 98. He's been around since the 90s, late 90s. Yep. He used to be with Coogee Rap, so he's been around. So now you know about the industry, right? He's an industry boy too. It's just that you wouldn't know that. The question is why he never put out no album, why he never did nothing. Maybe he was never that good of a rapper, that's why. But he had another job to do. That's how it works. What's unfortunate is that this moment, which could have been an opportunity to showcase parenting and evolve in family dynamics. I'm not even reading that. Who cares? Who cares about their family dynamics? This is what they want to know. People just now finding this out about Papoose Jr., man. All right? People want to know why is this stuff happening? Papoose talk, all that talk. Fat Joe controls him and his wife. Remy never left New York. Did a bitch, stayed there, stayed under control. Remy Ma basically been on house arrest, basically. All right, because she been controlled, y'all. Papoose is a handcuffs. Far as we know, Remy Ma could have been getting done like Cassie in the house. Far as we know. See that? We just know about her tough persona. Meanwhile, she could be getting her ass dragged. Because she can't go nowhere anyway. She can't do nothing anyway. They get into a fight. Fat Joe probably pull up. Yo, Remy, what's up? Where you going at? Yo, y'all need to work this out, man. Y'all need to work this out, man. I mean, y'all got this thing going. Y'all don't need to, you know what I'm saying? The people, the fans love y'all together, you know. I don't think y'all should break up, you know. I can see his ass saying that now. No, she can't leave, y'all. I'm sorry. Guess how she got to leave? She got to get with somebody official that can save her ass. She can't get with no peon battle rapper. That ain't going to work. She got to get with somebody right. See what Eve did, right? That's why Eve got with that man. You're going to always see the pattern, y'all. Eve knew what time it was. I can't go with nobody in the industry. Eve knew that. I get with anybody in the industry. It's not going to work. Steve with did. I got to go with somebody totally opposite to be free. She know that. Go with that other bag. You can't touch me now. About Kanye said, I'm going to get away from them. He went to the Kardashians. Yeah, I'm gonna go to OJ and them people's here. Get away from y'all lads. Drake got away from them. He went to Baby and them. Go to Baby. You gotta get away from them, y'all. If you don't do that, it ain't you done. 50 got away from him. No, Remy, you didn't get away. Remy, you didn't know the formula. They trapped you up in that web. Peep gang, y'all. Check this out. Look at REMY t-shirt. Free Cassidy. Or at least give him bail. Was I not just talking about Cassidy the other day? Just talk about him. Girl, you want to come to my hotel? With him, R. Kelly? Yeah, we know what they did. But this the kicker. Remy Ma had no clue she was going to be locked up after that. This why I never went with those curses neither, cursing yourself, that jail stuff. She talking about Free Cassidy. Next, you know, her ass ended up in jail doing a bid. Yup. See that shirt? Right there. Free Cassidy. Or at least give him bail. Now, her ass that went to jail after that. Huh? Because y'all forget who she had beef with before she went to jail. How many of y'all remember that? She was calling Fat Joe out. She wanted smoke. That's when Remy was on a little rampage. When she did that to that girl, that same exact time, she was already beefing with Fat Joe. So that was also a shot to Fat Joe. When she shot that girl, it was a shot to him too, y'all. Yes, it was. He knew it. He knew what it was. He knew what it was. Because Remy knew they was playing with her. Don't forget, Pun was died. Pun was dead. She came through Pun. She didn't come through this Punk. They were taking advantage of her, bro. She peeped it back then. Guess what happened? Jail. Hopefully when she come out, she'll be softer. What's up, Sister T? All right. Hold up. Somebody, hold up. What up, JJ? What's up? That chat going fast. I couldn't even catch that. All right. I'm ready to have some fun today. Y'all love Drake. Y'all love Drake, the pedophile. No, you love Drake. That's why you talk about Drake every day. Y'all love Drake. I don't know why y'all love Drake. I've been told y'all Drake, Diddy, the same people, but you're not going to make me think Drake worse than Diddy. It's not going to happen, y'all. I'm not going to talk about Drake and take attention of Diddy because everybody already spoke about Drake a whole year straight. But I also knew it was really a lot of men that really like Drake. See, Drake is bisexual. He like a lot of women. Kendrick don't. That's the difference. A lot of y'all don't like women either. You're not bisexual, bro. A lot of y'all just mad at Drake because he ain't all the way gay. That's what a lot of that shit is, bro. You ain't gonna keep tricking me, bro. All right, see that pink right there? I see your pink, bro. Salute to you, pink man. Who fucking cares? You love Drake. Y'all love Drake. Y'all love Drake. Y'all just mad at Drake because he had women liking him. Y'all ain't like that shit. I know about all y'all formulas now, bro. I know about all y'all man quarrels. I know about all y'all fake ass beefs. I know about all y'all love quarrels disguised as beef. That's y'all. Drake is a bisexual man. Y'all just mad he wasn't all the way pink. That's all the shit was. Y'all didn't like the way Drake kept trolling y'all with those ladies. Y'all hate that shit. They hated it. That's all it was, guys. Guess what? They're all the same, but some of them are more pink than others. The thing is, they all buy. Some of them love women. Some of them hate women. That's the only difference. All right? So, any more questions? Any more statements? Ready to grow up yet? It's all the Hollywood shit, y'all. Who cares? I'm tired of all of it. It's all corny. It's all whack anyway. Because all y'all ever going to have is sexuality talk. Pick one. Today, somebody a pedophile. Tomorrow, somebody's a rapist. Pick one. Who cares? It's going to keep going on. You still ain't get it yet? All y'all knew is going to be perverted anyway. All of it. All of it. Pick one, motherfucker. Pick one, bitch. Pick one. Drake, R. Kelly. But, Drake ain't from this country, asshole. He's from Canada. Canada got to deal with him. What about right here? See how you on Drake nuts so bad? What about right here, bro? Told you I don't care about none of this. You do. Y'all care about all this shit. You love it, bro. You love it. Bro, when you going to admit you really want to suck a penis, bro? When you going to admit it? Just admit it, bro. Fucking admit it, bro. Everybody that love they talk about Drake, period, I just assume you like penis anyway. Anybody scream out Kendrick, I assume you like penis. I assume it anyway. Sorry, I stereotype all y'all niggas. Ha ha. Let's go. See Remy? See how Remy had to go to jail, right? She was too gangster. She was too gangster. She was too gangster. Now, that's another thing, too. Now, I'm at a family that part alone. See that? She had to go to jail, y'all. You know what it is? Fat Joe knew Remy was coming for her ass, y'all. He knew that. Somebody who's a genius, if not today, I will do it tomorrow. Can somebody please pull up Remy going at Fat Joe? It's going to come up. Remyma beefs with Fat Joe. She was beef with Fat Joe right when she was running on a rampage, y'all. Telling him he was scared. I asked, next you know, I asked her in jail. While she was in jail, after they sent Papoose on her to play it off, make it like Fat Joe and Papoose had beef. They ain't never had no beef, y'all. I'm going to say that whole hotel fight with Papoose was fake. Never had no proof, no black eye, none of that shit. I think that was a throw it off for Remy, man. Yeah. You know, I know when she got out of jail, somehow her and Papoose got right in line. How I knew that? This is how I knew. This is how I knew it was control from the rip, y'all. It's very simple. My opinion. When she got out of jail, y'all, she didn't do no song with a man, y'all. She did it with Fat Joe. That's when I knew Fat Joe deboed and took over the whole situation. Her first hit song was supposed to be by herself or with Papoose. No, Fat Joe knew a time when he knew the game. No, I'm getting that hit off your ass. All the way up. Let's say that was supposed to be her first hit. Period. Take him off the song. Take everybody off. That's her song. Her hit, right? Bingo. Because that was her first hit after jail. But it wasn't all hers because they took the money. And then Jay-Z did a remix, said, let me get some of that. Thank you, Tara. See how they did it? They used her. That's what happened. Ever since then, she been in bondage, y'all. Stuck. You ain't hear no more music, no more nothing. They gave her the show, but that show ain't do nothing either but keep her stuck. Why? Because they control Mona Scott Young, too. Love and Hip Hop is their platform, huh? Why you think Stevie J was on that? Everything when I told you in this game you was not going to escape Diddy or Jay-Z, you wasn't going to escape no kind of way. That's why it's called No Way Out. They said, nah, Remy, you ain't getting away. Nicki did that. Nicki became $100 millionaire. You ain't doing that. Hell no. Nope. Anybody stay in New York, you shall remain under $10 million. You shall remain under $10 million. More or less, you're going to remain around that $5 million bracket. That's what you're going to do. Matter of fact, you're going to be like Jimmy, lose your house. You're going to be like Drew, and you're going to be like, oh, yeah. That's how, in New York, no, they want you to go broke in New York. That's how they want you to be, y'all. They want you to go broke. See, in New York, see, when you're a New York rapper, right, that's how it works. Ain't no such thing as you stop being a New York rapper, moving on with your life, keeping your money, doing some other shit. No, they want you to be broke, finished. Then you're permitted to go. Go ahead. That's how they work. Bingo. See that? So she went from this to this. The question is, where the love come in at? To look to me like Papoose now starting like an opportunist. Started looking to me like Papoose was sent to do it. Yo, go get Remy. She got no choice. Show her some love. Send her some love letters. Our dumbass, especially the ladies, dumb. Oh, he sent her a love letter. They so sweet. No, it's called finesse. It's called plotting. It's called I'm going to get her ass. The question is, who sent them? Yes, yes, yes. I also know Papoose was working with Busta Rhymes at one point, and I know what Busta Rhymes is about. Told you, you must that lame ass circle. That ain't nothing but the freak off circle. Rest in peace, K Slade. I respect K Slade. I'm gonna leave him out of it. He ain't gotta do none of this shit. All right, because K Slade had real love for hip hop, shit like that. But Busta Rhymes and them, they a joke. Papoose a joke because he always been a sidekick. Papoose was in the game. When I mean by he was in the game before K Slade, Papoose was on the record with Coogee Rap, had a chance to blow up before K Slade did. So I knew all that shit. K Slade what? Ran his ass. That's right. You gonna be my rapping puppet. That's who he always was to me, always will be. He always was a nobody to me. He was never bigger than K Slade to me. So I wonder who put him on remyma. I also know that K-Slay and Fat Joe were very tight. So, you will clearly see Remy never had a chance. You will clearly see he was put on her like a magnet. He was put on her as a parole officer. Make sure she don't go nowhere, bro. You are her ankle monitor. See it clear as day, right? Because we was all waiting for Remy. I was waiting for those bars. What about y'all, bro? I was waiting for those bars. Ain't no coincidence that chocolate woman had to get shut down. Ain't no coincidence. No, we ain't doing chocolate no more. No more chocolate. No more chocolate skin no more, Remy. That was before. That was before you went to jail. When you come home, chocolate not winning no more, man. You got to chill out. You're going to see somehow Remy just got put on ice. No, you go do that show. Don't worry about that rest stuff. You go do the show. Guess what happened? Only thing happened was they made a fake glorilla. They just made some fake ass gangster rappers. So Remy could never come back out. Get her pregnant, bring out glorilla. You so sad? Yeah, we're gonna bring out some artificial. Hell no, Remy. We ain't have you rapping and you shoot for real. If we let you win again, Remy, you would be a real gangster rapper. Hell no. So they said, bro, we not letting that go down. Why? They all punks. Well, we know that for a fact. They punks. They like, nah, she a real shooter, bro. Hell no. Can't let her come back out. She live her lyrics for real. If they find out that she really live lyrics and we don't, they wasn't having that shit, bro. Hip-hop history, something else they didn't notice. They didn't notice it. Somehow remyma did a bid. Somehow Lil Kim did a bid. Now, I did respect Lil Kim for that bid. Both the women did bid, y'all. Where they from? New York City. I keep telling you, New York is going to be bad for you guys. New York is not going to let you be a celebrity. They're not going to let you be rich. Why? You got that complexion. You got that complexion. They're not going to let you live, guys. I broke it down already. The biggest trick was ever played with that racist stuff. I'm not going to say what part of the map the most racists live at. Did it already. But somehow you're going to see in certain states, no matter how much money you get, they always oppressed. Can't do this. Can't do that. Can't do this. Can't do that. So like I said, now look, she went from jail, fresh out of jail, y'all, to this. Lockdown. Controlled by who? But like I said, he be the same one, can't even control his own son. Because he's so busy worried about Remy. So I can look at it like that. See that? Maybe bro was just so busy worried about Remy the whole time he wasn't giving his son no attention, no love, no nothing. Worried about Remy the whole career is playing out right now. Face going to bed all the time. All the time you going to see Remy, bro. You could have been doing stuff with your son. Nope, you worried about Remy. So I know what happened, bro. Well, I don't know, but I'm assuming. No, you exposed PAPOOSE who you really are, bro. Your whole job was to watch over Remy, not your son. I'm going to assume you ain't care about him. You was worried about her. You had a job, bro. Now that I see it clear, every picture, you start to look like an off-duty officer, bro. You look like an off-duty officer. That's what you starting to look like, bro. All right, that's what you look like. Off-duty officer, and your job was to be a personal security, parole officer, and ankle monitor, bro. Y'all talking about Cassie? That's Cassie right there. That's Remy. Same shit, y'all. We don't know what's happening to Remy. Remy might be making 2 male models punish her ass. We don't know. She might want to leave Fat Joe. Say, nah. Yo, they love y'all out here, man. They love y'all as a couple. If y'all break up, it's over. If y'all break up, no more money. Y'all can't break. Y'all got to keep it going. Whole time she want to leave, bro. Anyway, let's go. This shit look fake now, y'all. It ain't looking right. Because Fat Joe fingerprints all on this. Why am I saying that? Because only reason why I'm saying it, because before he got that song all the way up, he was broke, y'all. And ever since he been with Roc Nation, he been controlling all of their ass. Also, when you sign a management deal, you need work. So his work was Remy. Let's go on the booth. Make this money, make this hit all the way up. Get to pay the money back in the deal. Get to regenerate himself like he did, rebranded. More men became his fans again. And that's it. He was popping, and then you're going to see after that hit, he had a deal with Rock Nation to what? Groom your lad, groom y'all. See that? Y'all didn't know they were getting deals to be content creators, huh? Because Jay-Z owned media companies. Fat Joe, we're going to big up your platform. You got Instagram? Well, we have our own agencies. We want to make sure you stay viral. We want to make sure you stay trending. What was his job, y'all? Fat Joe brings the audience of male fans, he brings them along for intimate conversations. I've never heard of having an intimate conversation with a man. That's what he does, because that's his job. See that? See that? All right, then. But they didn't know that we know that's the only way you're going to get that money from Jay-Z, period. Only way you will get the money, bruh. And then Fat Joe know what his job is. When I told you, their job is to flip you pink. That's their job. That's why his job was to have intimate conversations with you every day, bruh. Hit that live button, intimate conversations. What am I really showing you? The point I wanted to prove to y'all that is nothing major. When I said family, it was never about rap no more. When I saw it was no more about rap, that's when I fell back from all of this shit. I been knew it was all about them grooming people behavior, likes, dislikes, thoughts, opinions, dress, hair, everything. Shape, mold humans. Shape every day. That's their fucking job. That's why I tell you right here. He signed Rock Nation for what? To bring the audience along for intimate conversations, just to talk. Nothing to do with music, rap. He signed Rock Nation to further his hip-hop career. Don't say that. He signed Rock Nation and dropped a senior LP, so-and-so. He didn't do that. I kept telling you it wasn't about that no more. It wasn't about that no more. After 2017, rappers went into grooming mode. All right? When I keep telling you, family, when they understood, if I get 100 likes a day, 100,000 likes a day, I don't got to sell records. I get paid off my Instagram anyway. And the men, they love me. I'm straight. I'm good. I get the attention I want. I'm an attention whore, industry guy. I'm Fat Joe. They forgot about me. I fell off. I'm back. They love me. Look at the likes. Look at the views. Told you that's what they based on, y'all. Look at the likes. Look at the views. And they know their fan base. Everything I'm telling you, I'm going to prove it right now. See? In each episode, Fat Joe brings the audience. He knows his audience. They know demographics, the streets, the hood, the Bronx, New York. He knows this audience, fan base. All right? So that's how he gets the money, by keeping his fans intrigued. The numbers. So when they see the numbers, they know that's the men that love them. Simple. It's not the women. They know this. Because when you are an artist, you have to know your fan base. Why? Your commercial ads. If you're a female content creator, right? And, okay, you got women fans. The products are going to be like that. But say if you're a woman and they know you got men fans too, well, they might give you some Old Spice masculine commercials because you got male fans. That's how it works. My point is, every platform knows its fan base. They have to, for the advertisers, for all of that. So I kept telling you, when their job was to have intimate conversations with you, bro, it was for a reason. Everything I put together on my own, sitting there with the phone camera dead in his eyes, face, and they're sitting there talking in certain tones. Actually flirting on their lives, knowing their fan base, and seeing the likes, the comments. Yo, bro, I like that outfit. They know their fan base. So I'm just telling you, they know this. So when I say stuff like their job is to flip you pink, no, that's what it is. And that's okay, because they also perform for their pink fans. So they know their audience, and I'm being dead serious with it, because the proof is right here with PAPOOSE. That when you get a check for Jay-Z, it don't matter. In this industry, you're going to get down. That's right. That's why all the Rock Nation has, and a coincidence, he got that hat on. And I bet you it's not a coincidence that PAPOOSE ain't start wearing that pink stuff and that pink hat till he got with Rock Nation and Fat Joe. It's the procedure. He would not have got a check. His career would have been over already. They started signing slave deals with management deals, y'all. If they didn't sign a management deal, they wouldn't have got no money. But it was those management deals put them all in bondage, made them all compromised. The whole New York City. Who else? Charlemagne. I've been knew Jay-Z was running New York for years, man, behind the scenes. I've been knew he was the one behind a lot of shit, y'all. Also, when it comes to radio, it was always on purpose why they will always control New York radio, and nobody will ever go against them because they controlled every single thing. All right? So now you're getting it right. Once again, when I tell you everybody's connected, is it a coincidence? Fat Joe is connected to Africa Bambaataa, the beginnings, the end, Diddy. Are you getting it clear? He is official bridge in hip hop. He is official participant in all this shit, and he's still around on YouTube. But I'm just showing you, he might be the dirtiest one of everybody, but it's going to get blamed on Diddy. So you just remember that part. All right? You just remember that. And don't forget this part. She might be in bondage right now as we speak. Busta Rhymes echoes Method Man's thoughts on Diddy's legal cases, troubles. Just showing you what I said yesterday, what they do, what? Co-sign each other. Busta Rhymes echoes Method Man. Did I show you that this is what they do, right? This is what they've been doing. They co-sign each other. That's all they're going to do. Co-sign each other. Talk about it. So, yeah, that's how they keep each other going. But what you think about Method Man said? You're going to see, for decades, you have not been getting no original content. Busta Rhymes have never given you no original content ever in your life. You have never in your life heard Busta Rhymes tell you about his hip-hop beginnings ever. It's a reason for that. Because they all been selected. Every person in this game selected, you'll never know their story. I'm going to keep telling you this shit. Everybody been selected in this game, you're going to know because they're still around. And they stayed around the longest with the least amount of hits. It's very simple. Who's another one that was selected young? Who was selected to watch over this game as a gatekeeper? Who was also at the White House? Fat Joe and Busta Rhymes. Also told you, ever since he was on that campaign with Kamala, his career was over. Already told you already. I got the proof. Since then, Jay-Z was accused of going in the room. Fat Joe water been cut off. Jay-Z ain't cutting no more checks. That's why Fat Joe had to start a podcast. He's broke. Guess what else? He already done pimped the shit out of Remy, y'all. He can't use it no more. All right? All that was a setup so she couldn't leave, go nowhere, y'all. She got trapped up. They had to have Remy playing house. They took a gangster rapper, turned her to a housewoman, a housewife. Yep. See that? No, this is about all of their ass, but some people more favored than others. So I'm going to say the same shit Diddy does, put women on men, scheme, scam. I'm going to say somebody put PAPOOSE on Remy. I'm going to just put it on Fat Joe. Screw it. Why? I think he might have known when she got out of jail, maybe she was going to come for some of that publishing on that Pun album. Maybe Fat Joe knew when she came home, she was going to be a problem. And plus, she was already a qualified shooter. I think they had to make a nice plan for her. When she come home, little does she know, she never going back to be the remyma she used to be. And you'll clearly see, y'all, since then, she never was. That's the old remyma that was reckless. Now, you know them remyma raps? That's what she was about that back then. Yeah. If you don't think Fat Jonah was scared of this woman, you got to be, come on, y'all, stop it. I taught her the procedure now. Prisons are also used for mental facility. It's as simple as them getting you on the meds. We're going to take that tough stuff out too, Remy. Come home, for all we know, Remy on meds, having breakdowns and that shit. Mind gone. Yes, I learned about all that shit, man. Prisons are psych wards. Came home, what's the proof? That was the same, y'all. Can't go nowhere. Once again, PAPOOSE, remyma, Mr. C. PAPOOSE was always controlled, y'all. He was always controlled by the DJ. I get it clear. When I said it earlier, no. PAPOOSE, your job is to rap for K Slade. Your job is to rap. You're going to open up. You're the sidekick. That's your freaking job, bro. Mixtape played out. You're going to play house. You're going to be a husband now. Watch Remy. I'm going to do this favor for Fat Joe. Fat Joe asked me a favor. I got to do this for Fat Joe. He never asked me for nothing, all right? I'm going to make it happen for Fat Joe. Papoose, you gonna keep. You know I used to write lyrics, right? Bro, this is what you're gonna do. Don't worry about writing no lyrics. Just write Remy love letters. I need you to write her your best letters ever, bro. Come from the heart. Like you write them raps. I need you to write her the best love letters ever. That's what I think Papoose did, y'all. A lot of y'all, man, them letters work. So anyway, I think he would put on her. He knew Mr. C, the DJ Circle, very well. So like I said, if I didn't know about all of this, if I didn't already put it together, I would have put it together today. Because why? It was meant for me to do it. It was meant for me to do it. It's just that simple. They told me what it was. They gave me the confirmation of what? Papoose's behavior. That's his son, Papoose with Mr. C. So it ain't hard to figure out. But to be fair, I'm going to say what I said before. I'm going to say it again. In my opinion, Mr. C might have got Biggie too, y'all. He might have got Biggie too, y'all. There's no proof of facts. I'm going to assume he got Biggie. Because guess what people keep forgetting? Mr. C discovered Biggie. Mr. C is Diddy's family member, y'all. Without Mr. C, Bad Boy would have not been successful. And that's something y'all did not get neither, man. When I keep saying little shit like, it's people in this game that mean something, that are keys to this shit, but some of y'all, when you look at this one and that, you don't put it together. If it was not for Mr. C, y'all, it would have not been a Bad Boy we know. Because it was built on the back of Biggie Smalls. That's why I say when all this stuff played out, I always paid attention. Because I was a little kid reading the albums. And Mr. C code name on the album was Nasty African. Like he was a freak. It was always, that was his nick, that was his alias. I remember reading that young. So when his ass getting caught older, okay, I get it. I also know about Big Daddy Kane, Prince of Darkness. I also know about Madonna now. I didn't know back then. When you go see Madonna, her job is to flip you bisexual, bro. Madonna only wants you if you're bisexual. Big Daddy Kane to go see Madonna. Why? He was signed to Warner Brothers. What else I know about Big Daddy Kane? A lot of y'all don't know and remember. Big Daddy Kane was also favored by Quincy Jones at one point. So you Google the album called Back on the Block with Quincy Jones. That's when he had the rappers helping him make an album. Big Daddy Kane, Ice-T. Yes, I know. My mama had that album. That's how I know. Called Back on the Block. Big Daddy Kane. He wrote Leave Here on the album. He blew up, y'all, because he was Quincy Jones' favorite. When he was in that movie Posse, Quincy Jones' favorite. Yep. Big Daddy Kane was doing fruity shit back then. We know already. Plus, I put him up to date, proved it to this day. To this day, you'll see, I don't think Big Daddy Kane got a wife and kid, none of that. That's what I was trying to tell you. Most of the rappers, y'all, they beyond bisexual. They all the way over. See, Mr. C was all the way over. Yeah, Mr. C had a problem, y'all, because he was in the game a long time. He was also my proof that when you in that game so long, if Mr. C was in the goddamn game when I was probably in the 5th grade or some crazy, way back then, he was doing it back then. We just saw him older as a man that needed help. He couldn't stop. Because the thing that didn't come out then, I did not know about Mr. C. I did not know Mr. C was married, y'all. I didn't know that. I didn't even know he was married. Which means what? Mr. C had a fucking problem. He couldn't stop, y'all. He was embarrassing himself and his wife. He couldn't stop. I didn't know that man had a wife, y'all. I guess they didn't want us to know that. And he got on the Rock the Bells and LL Cool J tour shirt. Support his brother. All right? That's it. So, I didn't even know that. See Papoose, Mr. C? Look what Mr. C said. Mr. C supports Young Buck amidst him getting caught with trans. See, they was all support. I told you all support each other. It was already in your face, y'all. That's why I say it's not our fault we're talking about stuff that's over 10 years old, y'all. That's why I'm like, all it is a revelation, y'all. That's all it is. It's just
being brought out with clarity due to Diddy trial. It's always been going on. So I'm going to say that Mr. C discovered Biggie. Biggie was green, Catholic school boy. Mr. C had a lot of money. And I'm going to say what happened to Biggie. I'm going to assume that by the time he went to Puff, he already ready. Puff, y'all got one for you. Why? Mr. C knows the program. I found me one of them ghetto kids of what? Single mom. You mean to tell me they knew about the single mom game back then? Yep. What did they know in New York City? Single mom means fair game on that boy and that child. Fair game. A word, Biggie? You ain't got no uncles? Word? No, or the cousins? No big, no nothing? Got them. That's how it worked, bro. That's how it worked. That's what I say. Maybe because I had two brothers, I don't know. I never dealt with that shit. Brothers, uncles, because I tell you, I was smart anyway. I would have punched you in your face. I was like that anyway. No. I know what's up, y'all. Guess what else I know? I can put it together now. Hey, Brooklyn, New York. Y'all know what type of neighborhood Biggie lived in, right? That ain't no bum-ass neighborhood, meaning. Come on, New York. If Biggie's mother was a single mother raising him, that means she was making good money. But it means he was in a particular neighborhood. That neighborhood in Brooklyn, it sounded to me like that was one of the neighborhood that Mr. C was used to preying on. Not too gangster in Brooklyn, not too crazy. Just right. You know what I'm saying? Because what he did, he had Biggie rapping in that studio, in that basement. Probably had him rapping with mom ain't around. So my point is, you can see the predator story of Mr. C and Biggie. If Biggie come from a single mom, where was she at when Mr. C was doing all this with Biggie? You know what I'm saying? So it ain't hard to figure out. You got the clue. They get the pick of the litter. What else you know about Biggie? He went to private school. You know what that means? He was a smart young man, but it also means he was kind of green. He came from a good home. So that means it's easy for him not to know a lot of shit. But he can rap his ass off, right? Just think about that little boy rap his ass off. He was Mr. C. So I keep telling y'all this shit went down already, y'all. Mr. C, Diddy, the same people. Family. Like I said, they all family. So anyway, here's the one that wrote the book on LL. Connect the dots. Mr. C shirt. Right here. LL Cool J shirt on right there. Rock the bell. See the two L? That's best. He about to go. He had that tour every summer. See, I tell you, it's always in your face. I told you that. But this is what I mean when I say about they stuck around so long. It is so simple and easy because it's just in our face. So you see LL Cool J shirt on. He kept getting caught with trans. This the person that wrote the book on LL. Said out their own mouth, LL used to pick her up in Manhattan, just like Mr. C. Same shit. It's just that Mr. C kept getting caught. So back then, I've been put it together. I was like, yo, LL, when this book came, I said, oh, so LL was doing the same thing Mr. C was doing back then. Then I started thinking about, oh, that's what Eddie Murphy was doing. Oh, that's what Teddy Pendergrass. I started thinking, oh, okay, I put it together, okay. And then I seen when this person wrote the book, no lawsuit from LL. I'm like, yo, I'm waiting for the lawsuit. I'm waiting for the rebuttal. I ain't hear nothing. So like I said, it ain't about what LL did. It's about what he didn't do. So I just put it together like, see what I'm saying? But I also knew that was LL way of also selling out with their fans because they knew this too. If this story, LL knew this too. See, look, he knew if this story came out on him, everybody from the other community, they on him now. I tell you, this when they was doing this shit. This also was going down when everybody was in Atlanta. So I knew what they was doing. They were building up their fan base with the rainbow. Yeah. Because when LL didn't sue, I know the game. I said, well, that was some promotion for him. It was promotion. Yup. So I've been connecting these dots. Then what did LL Cool J say on a famous song, y'all? Let's all tune in, all hip-hop heads. Craig Man remix. Flavor in your ear. Now you know what flavor in your ear is, right? What's the first word LL Cool J said before he started the verse? Let's go. What did he say, y'all? He said he, she, right? Bingo. Back then, we didn't know what he was saying. Right in our face. What are you talking about? So think about it right back then. The time he said that verse is the same as that time he was picking this person up on the back street. All in our face, y'all. All in our face. So that's all it is. It's nothing, y'all. It's nothing. It's nothing but what's been going on, hip-hop culture, man. And the thing is, about, like I said with LL Cool J, it was Russell and them, they flipped him out. So that's what all this is about. And what's the flipping out about? That Diddy was flipping them out, y'all. This was for men. Here's the proof. Best statement I've heard in regards to the Diddy trial that I've never forgotten. When fear's in the room, consent is not. This why. Plus 2 AR-15s. When you rich like this idiot, he don't ask for nothing. He take it because he looking at it like this. When you hang with me, I own your ass until you leave. Everything consented. Ain't no such thing as saying no. Ain't no such thing as saying no. But this for the men, y'all. That's what y'all not getting. That ain't for no damn. This ain't for no damn woman, bro. You don't gotta make no woman. You ain't gotta force no woman to put on no heels. Hell no. And to me, those look like heels used to clown men in. Those ain't no real heels. Those look like strictly heels to punk men and make them punks and film their ass. Family, we might be, yo, this is how deep I look at shit, because I'm stupid, right? Like, we looking at these shoes, but we don't even know who been in them. Like we actually could be looking at a pair of shoes that Meek Mill had on. You know what I'm saying? We don't even know. We stupid. We could be looking at an actual pair of shoes he made LeBron James put on right in our fucking face. And we just the dummies, don't even know that. You know what I'm saying? These are the last other people get off. Who that? If they had 250 cameras, I'm pretty sure somebody was watching them films laughing their ass off. Whoever got them cameras, y'all, they had the best movies we never gonna see. That's why I said we always gonna get joked on. We gonna be the dummies. The ones who know who had them heels on, they getting all the laughs. And this my example, I get to show y'all how they troll us. Because they keep telling us he only had to use force and guns on men. That ain't with the program. So you keep your reports of these drugs that knock you out, but you ain't getting, you're knocked out, and about 5 people gonna help you change your clothes real quick, and they gonna do you dirty. What I said the other day, I said, they probably do some shit where you just gonna wake up and you just gonna be dressed like a woman. You just gonna wake up like, what the fuck happened? Everybody gonna say shit. But you already know that them pictures got taken. It's in the movie Blink Twice. Whole movie Blink Twice based on the freak offs. And them pictures gonna be snapping and they gonna put shit in your drink. And you're gonna be passed out. You're gonna be in a fake ass world and you ain't gonna be able to leave. That's Cassie. That's Don Richard right there. This the white Diddy. Anybody on Memorial Day, I'm fucking sick of promoting them not getting paid, but I'm gonna tell you right now. Anybody watch this movie? It's a good movie. Good movie. And it's gonna let you know everything. So that's how I always know when shit is over, when they start telling everything, man. They already told everything about this whole program, man. Yeah, but I ain't tell everything in the movie, but I want y'all to see that. Blink Twice is about the lifestyle, but it's really about Diddy. Yup. And I'm showing you the camera because the camera represents the blackmail, y'all. That shit is going down. And while it's going down, people run around filming, but they really film you when you're unconscious. I'll give you a clue. The woman she couldn't leave the property, but she found where the blackmail pictures was at. And she discovered that all the pictures was happening to her while she was out of her mind. She didn't know. So she found, what you get what I'm saying? It represented that all the pictures are taken, she was knocked out of it. Yup. That's in the Diddy trial right now, y'all. I know what this shit mean. It meant that everybody compromised one way or another, the ass got dealt with, and 9 times out of 10, they were knocked out. Yup. It's all in that shit, bro. So like I said, I know what he was doing. That's why, like I said, he's using consensual because he's trying to say he didn't do this stuff. So his consensual defense is he didn't do this. I didn't force nobody nothing to do this. Get it? I didn't force nobody. That was consensual. But really, meanwhile, they know what he did. They know what he was doing, abusing people, punking them, disciplining them like that too. Discipline you like that. It ain't so much him screwing you like that. Discipline you like that too. We're gonna make you get dressed up. Yeah. Pictures, blackmail, your career in his hand. You fuck around here with Diddy, set you up, knock your ass out, took a whole bunch of pictures. Now he telling you what you gonna do. Telling you gonna send him $1 million every 6 months. Matter of fact, on my birthday, I want $500,000 every year. You know what's up, boy. You winning, your career working, you winning, right? You on top, all right there. You know what's up, all y'all. That's what I look like I'm doing. I look at me as extorting everybody. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it, y'all. I look at it like even if the powers that be had him doing it, he still was doing it for himself. I'm gonna look at it like it's me. If I'm a damn rapper, if I'm Diddy and I got all this dirt on them, why not extort their stupid ass? What they gonna do anyway? What they gonna do? Your career, bro, either way, if I reveal it, your career over with, you're gonna make a penny. So you wanna not make a penny or just give me a percentage? Which one? It makes sense, don't it? Well, bro, this is gonna happen. Easy, I see him doing that. Easy. Easy. Cause bro, you getting set up. It's a robbery. It's really a robbery, bro. It's a robbery. It's just that it's gonna get dealt with different on you. Matter of fact, he wants some of your publishing. No, we signing paperwork right now. Let me get some of that publishing right there. I need 10% of that right now. Yeah, I got a private company. I need a percentage of that right now. Money going in this man's account every year, every month, every quarter. It's going in his account. You can't say nothing. No, y'all. If they set his ass in there for extortion, what you think? Who you think he was extorting, y'all? You gotta use your brain. If he in there for extortion, 9 times out of 10, Diddy was extorting who? Rich celebrities. We also know he tried to extort Diageo. If he tried to extort the major company that paid his ass, we know he was extorting people. He telling them, you gonna give me $100 million. So what you think he gonna say to a rapper, y'all? Come on, man. If he's telling them you gonna give me $100 million, he can't put no gun out on them. But see, like Nick Cannon, little ass, Nick Cannon made good money. Nick Cannon, I need some of that. What they gonna say? They ain't gonna say no. They ain't gonna hell no. Look, I'm talking about down a little Bow Wow. He can run all their pockets. Jermaine, I need some money. All y'all fools. Easy, man. So I'm gonna say that's the extortion. Extorting them with this. Common sense. What else he extorting people with? What can he use to extort them with? You get what I'm saying? Dirt. This the dirt. Look at that. Government exhibit. Why is he using? Okay, y'all. Regular hills, you're not just taking out somebody's house. There's evidence. Like I said, DNA. What else they show you in this movie? I ain't want to tell everything. All the jokes I said in this movie. What else I say? Family, sometimes people end up missing. It's in this shit too. Sometimes shit happens. People end up missing. Let's leave it at that. Why am I saying that? How we know these shoes ain't been gathered? Like I said, it's evidence, DNA, all of that. How we know a pair of those shoes, somebody ass ain't missing? But what I tell you, they put it all in your face. So meaning it's in our face, but we don't know what it means, but that shit can mean a whole lot. Yeah, one of them shoes can mean somebody dead person shoes. We don't know. That's why I tell you, I look at everything. I don't know. But I know one thing, I'm gonna assume he had men wearing that shit, y'all. And extorting their ass. One way or another. That's why I look at Papoose. Can you see how scared he is? All right, throw everything out the window. Does Papoose look like a free man or does he look controlled? Does Remy Ma look really happy or does it look like a fake ass smile? And look like the little baby girl like she don't know what's going on. She might look like both of them stupid. Yeah. Baby girl, I wish I had another family to go to. They idiots. They look controlled, man. This is what I meant when they turned Papoose to a little kid, man. Made him a babysitter, y'all. Yeah. Hold up. What up, Secret Truth? Had them gangster rappers rocking high heels. Yeah, y'all. Because like we know around here, that's right. This is just about gangster rapping. We just talking about what he did to gangster rappers. He was in charge of that gangster rap. All right. He had to go. He went the hardest on their ass. All right. Because remember, you talking about what you ain't going to do. Remember that part. That's what you got to remember. You ain't with that shit. You ain't with it. But he set you up. And you had no clue. He's going to knock you out. So look at like Cat Williams. Cat Williams, if he had a chance to knock him out, Cat Williams would have got his ass knocked out. Straight up. Straight up. He got knocked out. Because remember, it's on you. If you slip up and drink that shit, it's all if you get caught at the party. You got to remember all that. Remember what I told you? If you ain't smart enough to know You gonna get that glass and perpetrate? Like you drinking that shit? That's just your stupid ass. If you don't know how to perpetrate good, act like you drinking that shit, motherfucker ain't looking, pour that shit out. You ain't got no, you stupid. Because you could be there, don't mean you got to do everything they doing. You can trick all they don't do shit being there sober as fuck. That's how it be, y'all. Get that. So guess what? Guess how they gonna fix you, bro? Sit, you think you slick, right? You don't do no drugs. You ain't gonna do shit. You gonna fake drink. Guess how they gonna still do you? Wait till you fall asleep. That's why it's what? 3 to 4 days. Because you're gonna get on that camera one way or another. You're gonna get filmed one way or another. You're gonna fall asleep or something. That's why I say Cat Williams might ain't get down that other shit. Cat Williams probably just did his little drugs, stayed up, and was just up 24/7 watching all their ass. I ain't going to sleep. I'm just watching all y'all motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how they going to get you to y'all. I'm telling you, go to sleep. That's your ass. So that's why I tell you, he's going to get you. He's going to get you some kind of way. I'm talking about you came Friday, you was ducked out the whole Friday, you ducked the whole Saturday, you ducked the whole Sunday, but now it's Memorial Day, and your ass tired now. You start to crash. And guess what? You need to go in one of them rooms. You ain't know them cameras are there, and they were waiting for your ass to go to sleep. That's how it goes, family. That's how it goes. You're going to get on that camera. So this movie is also to torment anybody that been blackmailed. Any celebrity, this movie is to torment them as well. Yep. So now you'll see they were a manufactured couple because it was all for us to believe them. Because we're all so dumb, only way we're going to see a real couple is on TV. So we were supposed to believe them, all right? So I'm going to say this today. I don't care about their couple, their family. Good luck to them. I don't care about his son, his kids. So what? Congratulations to his son. Congratulations to him. All right? If everybody feel like sex is an accomplishment, salute to y'all. All right? Just next time, make sure you get the trophy. Other than that, nobody cares about nobody's sexuality at all. But the media want to keep it going, and that's what it's all about. Everything I'm talking about today is the shit the media gonna keep going because it's all in this damn Diddy trial. So like I said, as long as this trial is going on, you're gonna keep getting freaky, nasty stories. You're gonna keep getting these exposure stories. You're gonna keep getting this black entertainment humiliation one by one by one by one. You're also gonna keep getting stories of abuse and all of that. So even though we're talking about Cassie, I'm starting to look at Remy like she could be being abused. Why? Because I was groomed to always look at Remy as this tough chick. This tough chick. I don't know Remy like that, but I'm trying to look at her like she tough. Because they wanted me to always think she tough. She tough. Meanwhile, this woman could be broke down somewhere. Feel me? In a situation she can't get out of. And then all he doing is sticking a knife in her more by what? Embarrassing her. On purpose. I'm gonna embarrass your ass. Keep you in the house with them kids. Embarrass your ass. Then I'm gonna get with Clarissa so you can't run up on her, Remy. That's right. When I pull up to the house, he made Clarissa stand at the door. And Remy be in there making cream of wheat and oatmeal, man. I think she in bondage, y'all. I think so. Somebody go check on Remy, y'all. She might be in bondage like Cassie. Worse. Y'all forgot. Beating on that type of woman ain't no crime, y'all. And if she try to sue, she ain't getting no money. They're going to say, no, Remy, you deserve that. You shoot people, right? No, you deserve that. You deserve to get beat. Remember? Ain't no sympathy for a woman that shot somebody. So what am I saying? Man, Remy could be getting abused right now. We would have no idea now, would we? We know one thing for sure. She got off one prison bed, but you forgot she did 2 prison beds. Because, y'all, family, all she did was get out of one penitentiary and went into another. That's it. She has not been free, y'all, probably since the early 2000s. No. Remy is your modern day silly, y'all. Fat Joe made sure they never going to break up. They can't break up because of Fat Joe, y'all. That's why. As long as he had that Rock Nation deal, y'all not breaking up. Y'all my goddamn sideshow. Fuck wrong with y'all. We a package deal. Y'all make me look good. Fuck wrong with y'all. And then Fat Joe get you deals and get cut off that. Nope. If it wasn't for Mona Scott Young, Love and Hip Hop, they would have been dead. Who Mona Scott Young? Busta Rhymes manager, Missy Elliott manager, 50 Cent manager. What for Love and Hip Hop? All they would have been dead. 2007.
So we're gonna leave it at that. I'm bored with these topics, y'all. I'm finished with this shit. I'm done with it. Diddy trial is closed today. Just know that Fat Joe was so broke, y'all. He had to get money from Jay-Z. He had to get $1 million. And that's before taxes, y'all. So he signed a deal with Jay-Z. That was my proof. 2017, Fat Joe was broke. But he needed a hit all the way up. He needed Remy to hit that booth with that pen. She penned that hit. She created that hit, y'all. Y'all know that. It rebirthed his career. He kicked Remy to the curb. Made sure she stayed knocked up. And her career went down the toilet ever since, y'all. It's because of them. They put her in a box. Meanwhile, you're going to see it's always going to be designed for Fat Joe to get all the shine for himself. If you want to tell me about anybody in the industry that used black people their whole career, it is him. If you want me to say, if I had to name the big coincidence of every last one of his hits, just so happened it is somebody black on it. And I'm going to just say that to make you mad, but it's the truth. He used black people in that game, y'all, because they all know the code of you can use black people, abuse them, torment them. You ain't got to fucking pay them shit. Ask DJ Khaled what he did to Ace Hood. You ain't got to, I'm telling you, y'all, it's unwritten rule. You can abuse their ass and they can't do nothing. And they ain't going to say shit. And you're going to see everybody did it to come up. Here's your proof. He used that brown man and that black woman used their ass. See those rosy cheeks? Kept proving y'all he's not Puerto Rican, y'all. Show that man 24 hours around the clock. That's why you got to keep a fake beard and disguises, y'all. He's not Spanish. He's not Latino. He's not brown. He's none of that. Rosy Santa Claus cheeks. Still ain't getting no proof. I got proof of him slaving black people, though. I got proof of that. I got proof of DJ Khaled making them black men pick his ass up because he didn't want to walk on his Jordans. I got proof of that. I got proof of everybody making a fool of these people, making them be nobodies and slaving their ass and dragging their ass. Why? I guess they know the history. Some of them feel like, well, you love your history so much, let me get in on it. Y'all come from slavery, right? Let me drag some of that. That's Fat Joe. I make it rain. I make it rain. Hit. Who on that hit? Lilwayne. Tired of being alone. Yeah. Who on that? I'm Rip. That's one song, right? What's Fat Joe's song? What's Love got to do with it, right? Who's on that song? Fat Joe, Ja Rule, Ashanti. What's Love? One of his biggest songs, early 2000s. Because I know it was, see, every time Fat Joe had a hit, he was always irrelevant before that. So the hit would always bring him back. So when he made Lean Back, he was finished. It brought him back. See, I know his whole career. He needs somebody to help him with a hit. Lean Back, brought him back. Remy. Ja Rule, Ashanti, kept him going. After that, Lil Wayne brought him back with Make It Rain. When the strip club was a fad, I need a strip club hit. That's Fat Joe. Lil Wayne kept his ass going. Why? Lil Wayne was the biggest. When Ja Rule feature, the biggest. He gonna get you that feature when he's the biggest. That's his whole career, y'all. Pimp out blacks. Now, if I said, a lot of y'all know Fat Joe, give me 3 Fat Joe hits by itself. And then I'll tell you, the same program was given to Fresh Montana, do the same exact thing. Give me, Fat Joe been rapping since 93. You got a flow, Joe? That was our favorite song, was an underground hit. It was not a real hit, y'all. That was an underground banger. Give me 3 hit songs he made by himself. Or at least give me 1 shit by himself. Come on, ladies. I know, bro, we know the songs. I'm talking about hit records by himself. I also know he needed hits. He got Diddy to help him produce an album. So if anybody know about Fat Joe, ask him why did Diddy help him produce a whole album, which means they did a lot of time in that studio, a lot of time in Daddy house. And then ask Fat Joe, why did you move to Miami? Why was you always in Miami? Who was you with? Ask him. It's very simple. All right? So let's go. He don't got no hits, y'all. By himself. No, he used people for hits. How else he stay relevant? A platform called Drink Champs. I'm tired. I'm bored with them, y'all. I'm about to get out of here for sure. All right? Hopefully, I don't got to talk about these New York rappers and DJs no more. All right? Mr. C supports Young Buck. After Young Buck got caught in 3 rooms with Trendsetter, he showed his love to his brother. All right? Mr. C, PAPOOSE. Mr. C, shout out Young Thug. Mr. C, Biggie career. Found Biggie. Told you they always going to be connected. Always. It's a pyramid, y'all. They all family. Now y'all get it. Remy never had a chance.
All these men already conspiring against her. Hell no, you ain't getting out being the biggest rapper in New York no more. Hell no. And you ain't going to Atlanta to be big down there neither. You're going to raise these kids. You're going to stay in this fucking house. We're going to have you trapped up filming shit called reality TV. And your rap career, kiss it goodbye. All right? That's it. And you'll see it played out right in your face. On that note, we're going to get out of here because I'm done with them. Make sure you check this out, y'all. Blink Twice. Good movie. That's why I say the movie's so good, make this episode trash as fuck. Straight up. That's how good that shit was, all right? What's in the movie? Richard, Don Richard, and Cassie. Right here. They go Don Richard and Cassie at Diddy house. So, anybody got any questions about the freak off? Some of y'all should watch this, give yourself some clarity. But the main thing you're going to see is this shit don't start by no force. It's all by signing up. It's all by being a willing participant. That's the part y'all got to understand. It's all about being a willing participant. That's how it all starts off. Because they had a choice, but they wanted to go in that house. They had a choice, y'all. They wanted to go so bad. So they didn't know about Pandora's box. Some of y'all still didn't know that. It's easy to get in this shit, hard to get out. I'm talking about when you don't know what you're getting into. All in the movie, y'all. Guess who's the dummy in the movie? Guess who's the idiot? Guess who's the most thirsty? Guess who's the most naive? Guess who's the most scared? Guess who's the most embarrassing? Guess who's the most clumsy, stupid? It's all in the movie, y'all. I ain't going to say nothing. Leave it at that. To show you also how they throw shots at you in movies and expose your whole card. What they showed me when I was young in the movie, surviving the game. They say, young man, you always be the target. You always be public enemy. I'll be doing this movie, The Code, this week. Y'all always going to be the target. Always. Yup. Based on what rich people do. We'll leave it at that. We ain't finished yet. CHRISEAN. CHRISEAN is talking to the youngsters. She's purposely working and working and working. Snapchat, TikTok. This bitch should be in jail. She should be arrested too. Walking around, mad charges, crack charges, smoking weed, pregnant, bank kids, doing walkthroughs in clubs. That bitch should be arrested. If you want to talk about race, she just, every time she shows her face, she just destroys a particular race. She just destroys them. I don't know why her ass didn't get dealt with yet. But then again, I did tell her career was over before it happened too. It's something she said out her mouth. I said, yo, after that, y'all her career over with. She's finished. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone, but I'm just gonna show you. She is targeting specifically Snapchat, TikTok, and that's her job. Guess what? All the celebrities on Snapchat, TikTok, guess who their fans are? They know the grown-ups exposing them, joking on them. They know grown-ups don't buy their shit. They know grown-ups don't support them. Guess who their main fan base is? TikTok, Snapchat. CHRISEAN gives us a lot of answers in a story time from Snapchat. The voice of reason. The voice of reason. Or is that the voice of insanity? No, y'all. You're watching pedo behave in your face. She's at your pedo. Prowling on them youngsters. See that? The nails. But I told you, in this movie, she stuck her nails out to that rich white lady. She looked at them nails and said, those are nice nails. I'm not shaking your hand. She didn't say that. She looked like she was fucking dumb. Yup. Because I told you, them nails represent whore, freaky, dirty, nasty, trifling, low-level hoe. That's what they represent. You're low-level. You're a low-level whore. Guess what else happened in the movie? Not only were they tossing her up, they were actually painting her nails while she was asleep. To prove to y'all all the shit they do to you while you're asleep. She didn't even know. She peeped out later. They would paint her nails, all that shit. Go to sleep, they one color, wake up, they another color. They were tossing her ass up because y'all didn't know what that nail color shit meant. They know very well. She stuck her hand out to shake that white woman's hand. She looked at her like, I'm not shaking your hand. What's up, though? I like your nails. Yup. Y'all didn't know when they say that, they being funny. Oh, I like your nails. They really trolling you. Y'all didn't know that neither. Nope. See that? That's why you're gonna see all the rap ladies train you. Like your nails. Train them young girls. Nails. But in society, they look at you different. The voice of reason. Grown them girls. Grown them fucking girls. Can't grow no grown woman. CHRISEAN with the fresh setup, with the fresh set from King Spa Nails. Family. Fuck all that. Nails is not an accomplishment, y'all. Sets used to cost $20, $25. Nails are only accomplishment for somebody that was so fucking poor their whole life. They never had the extra money to do nothing extra. That's all that shit is about. That's the only person gonna make everything simple so fucking exclusive. Meanwhile, they really was telling you that's all you got anyway. And you're gonna use those same nails to touch a lot of penises. And y'all gonna stay with dirt under y'all nails anyway. Y'all gonna stay with dirt, bacteria, all of that. That's why I told you that woman said, I'm not shaking your hand. Nope. All right, Malibu. Just give you a clue on how they got their own city, their own world. And when you out there, you ain't going nowhere. All right? So, now you also see a little bit what Cassie had to go through when she got in for a career, but it ended different because she couldn't get out. Because it's no such thing as saying, if you Cassie with Diddy, she can't even say, I'm about to go to the store real quick. I'll be back. He can't even do that. Armed security guard going with her. Nope. Because it's the concept of you're not walking away from the rich person. They tell you when to go. That's the whole concept of it, period. And it don't even got to be nothing about no abuse. It ain't got to do with that. It's just a part of that control part. You're going to be in their world. This their world. This his world right here. He was a convicted Diddy. He's Diddy, y'all. He just got accused of all that shit. And she's still being his friend. Showing y'all. Y'all forget people. You don't care. It happened to you. All in the movie. He's already out there. He's trying to redeem himself. He's allegedly in a form of fixing and changing his ways. And she's amongst them, lusting off him, infatuated with him, and he's playing her ass. The whole time he's Diddy. He keeping them drunk, messed up, high, they chilling. Days go by, they start missing that phone. Then reality start kicking in. They can't get their phone back. They can't leave. They're like, why y'all want to leave for? Everything's straight, we chilling. No. So now, right? They talking about Farnsworth Bentley. You know, I was just talking about him. They bringing him back up. I was just talking about yesterday how Farnsworth Bentley was one of Diddy's slaves too. Bruh, Farnsworth Bentley been out here wilding too. Last thing I heard, genedeal insinuated he was a thief. If the essay allegations in the lawsuit is true, if not, anybody with any connection to Diddy better watch out. Told you I ain't over yet. Told you, man. Ain't no telling what he had Farnsworth Bentley doing to people. Ain't no telling y'all. We got 8 more weeks in this case. But I'm just showing you how it's people that know what's up. People that know what's up, no, man. This case right now, that part we at now ain't about nothing because it's a lot of dirt they ain't even get to yet. So even Farnsworth Bentley, let's read it one more time. Anybody with any connection to Diddy better watch out. Because right now, y'all, everybody's name is hot. CHRISEAN with the children at the daycare. That's why I had to show this to y'all. Told you, women, you're not the fan base. She can't tell you nothing. She don't want to tell you nothing. They're targeting other people. I'm talking about targeting their ass, working. Yup. Grown them girls with them nails. Not education, not books. I know that sounds corny, not smarts. Don't teach them. Don't let the little girls know that real jobs, you're not wearing those nails. They're not. Don't let them know that. Don't let them know that. No. We wear those nails. You can wear those nails and still clean ass, but the truth is certain jobs you're not getting with those nails. But she ain't going to tell them that. She ain't going to tell them that in society. People going to look at your nails and know exactly what kind of job you got, or assume. Or pick a few selections of jobs you got. That's about it. But when you got those kind of nails, certain caliber, they know exactly what jobs you don't have off the rip. Because of your long-ass nails, that's why. You didn't know that. It's the code of society. It's a code. You think that woman being nasty with you at the register? No, she's just doing that because she might not like your nails. She think you. That's how I'm telling you what this should be about, y'all. She's one of them. That's how they be. It's little shit, y'all. It's little shit. So much coded shit of everything people proud to be down with and spend their money on. Other people frown upon it. It's all on purpose. Yep. Just showing y'all a throwback. This DJ Quick, Cali. Remember DJ Quick? Now remember this about DJ Quick. He got signed. He came out with this record when he was 19. Can you get it clear now? How DJ Quick got that record deal at 19? I always wanted to know why was he the favorite. I wanted to know that back then. Can you see it? After NWA, when they started bringing out all these fake ass gangster rappers, here's the proof. DJ Quick. He Paru. I noticed that too about industry rappers. They always Paru. They never be them other blood gangs that really slaughter. They'll be Paru. I know what's up. Anyway, see DJ Quick? You know what they did to him, right? Now you see how you're looking at it now, it look different, right? Okay, this will show you how it's been going on. Now you know how they get that record deal, right? Got it clear. One more look at what? When that shit was on fire in LA. Update to give y'all the proof on why a lot of this shit going on. When I told you a lot of them homeless and they never going back to Los Angeles to update your memory bank 6 months later. When all this shit got destroyed and smoked out. What are we updating as well? They still catching hell. This shit ain't stopped, y'all. So I already know when June, July come in, man, this thing gonna start taking off. Actually, this is gonna actually probably be our last vacation day of rest. After today, I think things gonna really pick up. So just look at the concept once again. Where you going at, y'all? Where you going at from that freak off mansion? And the whole concept is he was tormenting men. The Estevant house. Charges there. This was their island to do whatever they want, y'all. So that's what we was talking about. You think you escaping one property, you still got to get off the whole property, and then everybody on that island with the same shit. Where you going at? They gonna make a call. You see that gate? That main gate right there. You see it, y'all? That gate get closed. You're stuck. And it's nighttime. Where you have you going at? That's why I told you they gave us all of the clues. Your family, they think sex trafficking, kidnapping, just in cars. They ain't looking at that whole area is kidnapped. See, how I say, a lot of people mind is small. If he let you out the house and said you gonna chill on the whole island, what are you good? Anybody house, no fuck. But you ain't crossing that damn bridge. Because you didn't understand the concept of the bridge. You didn't understand that once you crossed over that bridge and you on this part right here, you in a different world, baby. In a different world. You done crossed over to the dark side. And over here, everything goes around here. And you only gonna leave when we say so. That's the kidnapping, y'all. Guess what? House right there got IG models. House right there, that's a cartel. They got the pink, they got the work, they got everything. House over there got a couple young, they over there getting that money all around that shit. Clients, customers, all around that shit. Diddy, we so stupid. Diddy the plug on the whole island. What you need, guys? I got whatever you need. Come to the crib. I got ladies for you. Got rich golfers, rich doctors, rich preachers, whatever y'all need. I got the ladies, got the trucks. Come on, man, holler at me, man. I got the pool any day, man. Holler at me. Working that whole island the whole time. Simple. And the shit going on for years. See that gate right there? See that little, you see that? Yeah. A digital shit, motherfucker running. You can't even get open. You on foot. Where the hell you running at? Where you going at? So I understood from watching the film that all white concept is so you can't run too. You're going to be spotted. Yup. So yeah, y'all, it sound like it ain't nothing. Where y'all get that concept of them rich people when they take you here with no car and take your phone. Yup. And they all into the same shit. Now you get it, right? Yeah, it's for real. So ain't no party like a Diddy party. Busta Rhymes and Jada gonna always be there. And Pharrell. All right, so let's go. We out of here, y'all. Once again, I see them. I seen some shit. I see that land sticking up. I see between that pool and that grass.
I know what I'm telling y'all, man. I believe it's a whole nother world under that shit that has nothing to do with none of these houses. I see it clear now, y'all. I'm telling you, it's some shit under that ground. Yes, that I'm gonna say, in my opinion, everything we looking at is a front. That's the front shit. That's the front. I'm gonna say that bottom with some shit at. I'm gonna say that fool got gun ranges, basically fire guns under there. You ain't gonna hear that shit. Screaming on the ground, you ain't hearing that. No, nope. On that note, y'all enjoy y'all day. I'll holler at y'all later. One. And the number one and the main thing, people, you have to remember, they're gonna get you on hallucinated drugs on top of that. So you still can't get away if you freaking tried. You out your mind, y'all. So this weirdo doing this shit for years, I already assume it's people that's not here no more. I'm just gonna assume that, y'all. Because if you pass away on these properties by mistake, either way, you're gonna be disposed of. I look at it like this: people might have died amongst them, and they just come out weeks later and tell us something different. The artist so and so has passed away from a stroke. Whole time that fool died at a party at Diddy house. They just kept him in the mall about a week straight and then released the news as it happened as something else. Meanwhile, what happened at the damn Diddy party? That's how I look at it. And I look at everything they do twisted and backwards. I don't believe nothing they say. But I know an idiot like him is no limitation on how much drugs you're going to take, how it's going to hit you. You never took drugs in your life. They hit you with this drug, this shit take you out. Stroke. You ain't never do drugs. Powerful. They gave you too much. I'm pretty sure that happened a lot, y'all. It's in the movie too, y'all. It's in the movie. Also, the concept of the girls hanging out, it was showing that they were grown ass women. All they wanted to do was party, but they really was stupid and dumb because they didn't know what was going on. They thought it was party like some little kids, but the people they were with was on some straight grown up stuff. Yup. The secret of the whole movie is, y'all, what I learned is allegedly these people even be soaking the fruit. They soak the fruit in that stuff. So you're gonna see them what? Pop the bottle. But you had no clue about those cherries were soaked. The pineapples were soaked. The lemons, the limes were soaked. Get it? Yes. That drink you looking at with her, that shit tainted, bro. Yeah, it's tainted. All in the movie. Oh yeah, this right here. This was 50 trolling Young Buck. Now you know how they got to take pictures, right? They had to take pictures with a cross dresser, and Young Thug tried to walk away like he want to take the picture. Mind you, this before Young Buck kept getting caught. This before all that shit. So he said, and this fool was dating a boy on the low. 50 Cent recalls time. He recalls the time Young Buck distanced himself at this picture, right? Young Thug was being phobic, but the whole time he was messing with them people the whole damn time. That was 50 Cent in the picture. Because I told you in Hollywood, you're going to get in line. They all over Hollywood. Ain't no such thing as not being a friend. Nope. All right. They also know about their fan base. So now you see Remy been under control by PAPOOSE. But somebody been controlling PAPOOSE. So you get it clear? You got it. LL Cool J X lover. You got it? All right. We out.
Who the main people they kept trying to get to go to black party, white party, black party, white party, black party, white party, black? Who it just kept going, right? All right. Now y'all see when I told y'all it was a big ass party in this country. It was a big ass party from about 09 all the way up. It was a big party, y'all. Now the party is over. Now people trying to figure out what's going on and shit. You realize you lost your bracelet, or you realize all this shit happening. Damn, they was in the room humbling each other. Damn, they was in there getting high as hell. We waking up in this big ass after party, y'all. That's what we doing. It's a big after party, and we're seeing everything. That's all it is. We're waking up, and the light is on, and we seeing that. That's all the shit is, man. So that's why I say they ain't know to leave the party. They ain't know to fucking leave. That's why PAPOOSE is still getting exposed to this day. Him, Remy, they could have moved somewhere, left all that music shit alone and said, screw all that, just live their life. But nah, they gonna get this. They gotta get this public humiliation, man. Because it's all part of the Diddy trial. Showing y'all all y'all relationships are fake. All y'all relationships controlled. Somehow every relationship got something else between it, around it, in it. Some kind of way, y'all just always got this fucking dysfunction. They're the ones that say they married and they so perfect, you don't see they wife. But the ones you see them, it's always dysfunction. See? That's how it go. Same way I know why they started rolling their hats up like condoms on their head. Told you, man, the rappers exposed everything. Hey, PAPOOSE, go marry Remy. You're going to go upstate. You're going to go upstate. You're not rapping no more. You're going to keep those visits going. You're going to keep those letters going. And when she come home, you're going to put a baby in it. You got that? All right. Meanwhile, Diddy learned how to sacrifice goats. All that right here with the Amish, y'all. This way he learned how to sacrifice goats and humans. This way he learned. This way they taught this fool how to skin a whole bull with a butter knife. All right? So all y'all claim y'all know about Diddy, you don't know about this. I ain't never hear you tell no story about Diddy chilling with the Amish people. You ain't never tell us about that story, bro. So what that mean? Like I said, we don't know Diddy like, oh man, we don't know this man like that. He's the damn joker. Just when you thought you knew him, you don't know nothing. Whole time he went to this shit, he was in training how to sacrifice goats and all that. Diddy learn how to get he learned how to get the heart up to slay an animal at the age of 10, man. It was right here. This shit made him an animal, man, because he is an animal. I think also he first learned how to hump on goats. I think they made him do that young, right here. So it was the Amish people that might have actually turned him into a savage. It might have was them, y'all. So that's why this is a situation of no face, no case. Because Amish, we don't even know who they was that groomed his ass. See what I'm saying? We don't know. They were doing experiments. Let's see if we can get a black boy from the ghettos of Harlem and turn him into an Amish boy. That shit didn't work. So they just used him to carve out animals and shit, man. That's it, man. Do it weird.